catching a live stream on my day off.
Good morning, everybody. I am back. Did I miss anything thrilling? Got Streamlabs logged back into. All right, I think we're good to go. And thank you, Cash Considerations, for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was on a horse. I was in Lexington, Kentucky this past weekend, did all the horsey horse stuff. I had my Kentucky Fried Chicken. I had my bourbon. It was all very nice. The date was, oh boy. It was an experience. I woke up a little bit ago. Was just playing some Borderlands because I had like 30 minutes or something. So, here, I can turn down the volume while I regale my tale. Wow, that literally did nothing. Okay, whatever. So what happened is, you know, I get there and we meet up and everything's all fine and dandy and, you know, she's super warm and happy to see me and all that good stuff. But, you know, it's like as time went on, she like becomes more and more cold, and then she's like, well, you know, I realize that I'm just not in a good spot to be in a relationship right now. Which it's like, geez, you couldn't have come to that conclusion before I drove 7 hours and spent a whole weekend off from working. But, you know, it is what it is. We still had a good time together. But then she, you know, afterwards said that, you know, online and, like, video chatting, you're, like, a super, you know, confident person, and you know exactly what you want and what you're doing, but then you're just kind of shy and awkward in real life, and I'm like, oh, jeez. I mean, I'm only me. Yep. So, the old ego took a pretty big beating, but both Debbie and Ellie were helping me out, so, you know, it was still a fun experience. But ugh. It stings, man. Look at this freaky thing. It's like a giant face on robot legs. Ball, is that what the kids say? I have no idea what the kids say. Anyway, I'm glad to be back doing some AoE stuff. He said as he's playing Borderlands 4, but you know what I mean. I mean, we met on Hinge. But we had already been talking for several weeks before we met up, but she just happened to be in Kentucky at the time, so it's like, I could either wait until she came back to Chicago, which was like an indeterminate amount of time. As it so happens, it's going to be in like, what, a week or so? But, you know, it's like we didn't know that at the time, so it's like, okay, might as well, you know, YOLO, just go meet and see if we're, you know, we gel properly. Which clearly we didn't. And then she said, like, because I'm so different online than I am in person, and keep in mind that I'm just me. I'm not, like, trying to be anything else. I think you guys know well enough that I'm not exactly somebody who can pretend to be someone else. Okay, looks like we don't have a draft or anything yet. What tournament am I casting right now? Was it Thalassocracy? I think it was Thalassocracy Cup, right? Yeah, Barl's Ganji, that's right. Alright, so keep an eye out on that. But it's like, oh yeah, you should meet people in person so that you don't give them the wrong impression online. And it's like, what, am I trying to deceive anybody? But, you know, am I, you know, normally shy and awkward? Maybe a little bit. But I, you know, drove 7 hours to a place I'd never been to before to meet a person I'd never seen before. And, you know, doing a bunch of stuff that I had never done before. Or maybe, like, I went horseback riding, like, once when I was a kid, but, like, I had never done any of the activities in Lexington, having never been there before. But and it's like, I haven't, like, actually just spent the weekend with someone, like, in a date/romantic... Am I really gonna die here to a random grenade? I think I am. Up! Nope! Nope, rip. But, you know, I haven't done that in a really long time, so I guess I'm an awkward Andy.
A lovely day to be reborn.
On the first date? I mean, you know, it's so hard to find people you can even talk to comfortably that you might as well, if you think that there might be something there, you might as well put some effort into it. But yeah, like, she had like a guy fly out from the Emirates to like take her on a trip before. So it's like, oh geez. If that's your expectations of what I can provide for you, there's only so much I can do. But it does, you know, to be told that, you know what, I liked you online, but you're kind of a disappointment in real life. Like, that, that's rough. Alright. Alright, and started the draft. Alright. Dodged a bullet? The hilarious thing is, like, they didn't even have a romantic relationship. Like, they just spent the weekend together. It's wild. What the? How did I run out of ammo? The whole point of this gun is that I don't run out of ammo. Oh, jeez. How am I supposed to shoot this thing? Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Whip it! Whip it good! There we go. And I don't even get the drop. Lame. Alright. Let's check to see if there's anything good that fell on the ground, and then we'll switch over to the game we actually do for a living. But, you know, moral of the story, guys, you don't really know how things are going to work until, one, you meet up with people, and two, sometimes you just got to go try things, even if it doesn't entirely work out. But that's why you need to make sure that you're doing things that, even if a date or relationship doesn't work out, you still have a fun and memorable time. That's the life lesson. Let's switch patch. Oh, I'm so ready to watch my favorite civs, Georgians, and Armenians play in an AoE tournament, guys. They're so good and powerful. Oh, crap. We learned this, though. The file gets locked because I open Capture Age before the patch switch is complete. I have learned that. I think Bazzy told me that. Alright, let's get these maps here. I haven't even touched DE for like, what, 4 days? Like, forever for me. Because yesterday I was just playing AOC. Alright, so we got Nomad, Emergent, Bog Islands, Migration, and Pacific Islands. No, we are not doing Chronicles. No. No. How's it been? I still, like... Again, there are so many changes that it really feels like the Civ balance, the water balance with the Hulks, it's still a little unclear. Vikings feel really good, though, that's for sure. Hulks feel very powerful, but also it's also like a little all or nothing. Like, do Hulk... It's like Hulks kill everything that they can get into close range with, but if you micro properly, Galleys in mass won't let that, but you also need the Galleys to be in mass. So it's still not a very complete water triangle, because Galleys only work once you start snowballing their numbers. So it's a bit complicated. It's a wobbly matter. One could say it's a wet matter. The best openings? Well, let's see. On Aquarina, I think that you can just probably scooch by and go FC longboats, and they counter everything. That's definitely the moral that I learned. Definitely just, like, any hybrid map that you used to go fires and demos is now just all Hulks. Like Hulk City, USA. My Fast Imp Dragon Ship? Ooh, I didn't see that one. That's pretty awesome. Guess dragon ships are good. Exactly. It's a real sink or swim scenario? Exactly. Do the Hulks not perform well enough against the dragon ships? They have too much power? Because, like, as soon as you see the person going, oh, no, like, as soon as you see someone massing fire ships like that, you just go full Hulk. No, you don't try and go longboats. Whatever these nerds do? Yeah, that's fair. Because the Hulks are a super good meat shield. Because they're tanky and they do a lot of damage. Well, they're tanky against fire ships. Not really against the Gali line. Or longboats. Barl's really thinking about this last pick. Magyars. Yes, guys, Magyars do benefit with their Hulks getting free forging, as do their Ketons do with the double forging upgrade. And forging is insane for Hulks because they have 2 attacks, so it's actually like +2 attack with forging. The migration meta? I believe migration is in the map pool, but I don't think I've seen it much. Oh, is it not in the map pool? Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, so we might even see it today. They have 4 attacks? No, they have 2 attacks that deal 5 damage. 5 melee damage. Gali Hulk? Yeah, that's what it seems like. At the very least, because Hulks have 1 range, you can go Fire plus Hulk because the Hulks attack in front and the Fires actually do have enough space behind to, attack as well. But it seems like Gali plus Hulk is the optimal combo. Just because it's really difficult to get the fire ships over the Hulks to attack the enemy galleys, if that makes sense. So, like, if you have a Hulk frontline and a galley backline, it's really hard to get the fire ships onto the galleys, if that makes sense. Hulk fire? Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. Or the exact reason I just laid out. The galley faster? Absolutely. Frontline? Yeah, but because galleys have so much range, you can target down the Hulks. Right? It's the same reason that in late game you want a gold unit. Or I guess look at it this way. It's the same reason that Archer plus Scout beats Scout plus Skirmisher in like a head-on fight. Unless the Skirms can just dive bomb the Archers. Yeah, I will say that fires are really good now against galleys if you can avoid Hulk. So, like, a fire switch, if the opponent has massed a bunch of galleys, is really good. Especially if you get, Clinker construction in early Castle Age to get the extra movement speed. I mean, they got, what, a .2 movement speed buff in Castle Age? I mean, that's like going from a spearman to a war wagon in terms of movement speed. Or I guess another way to look at it is a conquistador to a light cav. It's just clicking. Well, I mean, that's the thing with AoE too, right? And some people want, you know, more upgrades that have like a positive and a negative effect. But like in AoE 2, you see a button that's an upgrade. You click on the button and you know at the very least your stuff isn't getting any worse, right? It's always better. All right, looks like we have jumped into game number 1. Yeah, 4v4. I mean, it's interesting. Button mashing is good. It's how you play Smash Bros. How you play Smash Bros is how you play AoE 2. Affects Hulk? Yeah, and Dragonstar, like I said, it actually double affects Hulks because they have 2 attacks that deal full damage, and they both benefit from forging. So it's actually huge, huge, huge. Set up the scoreboard for you guys. Yeah, I saw Tato go Magyars on Nomad. And, you know, the Hulks got the free forging upgrade, and they just, like, completely trashed the enemy Hulks. I still don't know how good, like, Magyars would be overall, because you still have, like, no other water bonus, but it's definitely something that you can at least consider. This is the round of 64. And we are officially good to go. Yeah, applies to? Exactly. But don't worry, according to my review of Chronicles, I have no idea how the average player thinks, and I only have considerations for the esports scene. I just don't know. I don't understand the player who wants a single-player experience at all. Kappa. All right, guys, here we are. This should be, I think, a really solid matchup. I mean, the thing with Thalassocracy Cup as well is, and part of the reason I'm holding off judgment on my opinions of, like, the balance of all that stuff is just that most of the matches had, you know, were very one-sided in terms of player skill level. Things should be getting closer going forward. Varls is going to be the purple blade here to the west, and Ganji is going to be in the yellow as the Saracens to the east. Both of these civs, of course, just as good on water as they've always been. Both have the fully upgraded Hulks. Hulk Smash, and all that. Wait a minute. I'm on the Capture Age version, right? Oh, I'm not on the Capture Age version. Or the correct Capture Age version, my bad. Oh, I was at first? Hold on, guys, hold on. I know you're staring into the dark, empty void of my soul. Oh, I have to redo the entire thing now. Rip. Alright. Round of 64. It's a best of 5. Oh, no. Yeah. What can I say? I'm just really good at ruining the AoE viewing experience. Alright. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, both have fully upgraded Hulks. Now, I think Malay miss out on incendiaries. Yeah, they do. Saracens, meanwhile, they have everything except Shipwright and Fast Fire Ship. So you actually do, yeah, you have your full Fire Ship upgrades, except you don't get Fast Fire Ship. But yeah, Malay, in some ways, were nerfed slightly, because they used to have fully upgraded Fast Fire Ships, and now they don't. Alexander, the best voice acting? Oh, I think that the voice acting was, yeah, the best of any expansion. And yeah, some of the scenarios were really tough. Some of them were very annoying. Some of them were good and challenging. But it was a mixed bag for me, for sure. I don't know how, during my review, people got the idea that I didn't like anything about the DLC, and I just want everything to be... You know, I just don't want the Chronicles style of anything. Yeah, the City Builder one was just, like, randomly insanely difficult because you just didn't have enough resources. That one seemed like it probably needed a little bit more iterating in terms of balance. The No Escape one was tough, but, like, that was fun. Because that didn't rely so much on mechanics, like gimmicky mechanics, but like you just had to have good multitasking and good vision. Like it's hard to design a single player scenario that really makes you look at the minimap a lot, and that one definitely made you do that. Like the only thing that was really annoying was your ally, Perdiccas, was just so freaking useless. Changes too much on water. I'm withholding judgment probably until near the end of the tournament. We've had almost entirely one-sided matches, and we just don't have enough games with all of the new balance. I mean, does it look like Hulks are very snowbally? Yes. I think that the speed upgrade in Castle Age for your ships is also insane, and that one might need to be a little bit more expensive. But I haven't even seen that much late game in the first place. Anyway, Barl's coming in here with a bunch of villagers. 7 villagers forward already is actually quite a fair few. 4 fishing ships is also actually a lot for this map. Usually you see 2 or 3, with a bit of a faster uptime. Anyway, Barl's going to be opening here with a couple of Milita. And complaining 20 minutes about the monk speed bug instead of adapting and accepting the issue and making more monks. Well, that's awkward. Alright, so there's the barracks here at home. Ganji is here with some villagers. Not too sure what he's doing, though. A little bit idle. And we're going to have a third militia here in just a second. You could think about getting the men-at-arms upgrade, but you have to keep in mind that Barl's food income is really bad. So men-at-arms would be a big investment. Like, you cannot get men-at-arms and double bit-axe, and you probably still would want double bit-axe a bit more. Meanwhile, Ganji, with his later uptime, you can see res collected are actually quite similar, as looks like Barls did get the kill on a scout cavalry. That is nice for him. And he's actually going to go for it. He's going for men-at-arms, so these quick balls need to be good, and they are so far. It's like, yeah, there's no way that's fully walled. Yep, men-at-arms would at least be much more of a threat to punch through, but now that the archery range is in, and the quick balls are in as well, it just seems like that is an expensive upgrade. You can't get double bit-axe now, you don't have the resources for it, and that is going to negate a lot of the eco advantage that Malay would otherwise have over Saracens. Yeah, I know, Dragonstar. Us low APM folks can only be amazed by such quick walling skill. Anyway, men-at-arms are just going to disembark here on the island of Ganji. Got archers on the way for both players. We have a Hulk out. We have a Fire Galley. And the men-at-arms are here, and honestly, Ganji not reacting. Okay. Well, that happened. Just get a free villager kill. Villagers, remember, cannot effectively fight these men-at-arms due to the extra melee armor they had. By the way, guys, remember when Teutons were first getting their extra melee armor for infantry and cavalry in the feudal age, but then everyone was like, oh man, that would be way too OP to have a men-at-arms rush with free armor? Remember when they instead gave it to a civ that had one of the best economies in the game? Balance, guys. Perfect balance. Alright, another house is coming in. But that is now a second villager down. And this is just a very tricky situation. Barls is here with his Hulk. The fire galleys are coming in. Remember that fires are still not very good against fishing ships, because fishing ships were given 1 melee armor, which is pretty funny, honestly. Because remember, A fishing ship way more heavily armored than an elite Huskarl. That checks out. Or a halberdier with all of the, the plate mail that it's obviously wearing. Alright, guys, you have to be careful with the archers, though. Okay, the fire ship does help, but I think he'd still rather just be running around and microing with the archers. And that's going to be now 4 total dead villagers. The Hulks are hulking it up. And see, Barles is back to the villager advantage. You have more archers over here. No fletching in for either player. Hulks get another kill. And Ganji is just really going to be falling behind in that economy. And now the fishing ships are going to get killed too. Oh yeah, Barles should be super happy with those trades. 6 Hulks to 2 right now. Oh geez. Yes, the archer numbers are actually just even. Where's the army advantage? 6 Hulks. I guess, okay, now some of the archers are going down for Barles, but he's probably fine with that because he's keeping his opponent's eco a mess. And we just look at this over the last couple minutes. This eco efficiency has definitely gone down the tubes. But yeah, this is what I was talking about, guys. The reason that the Hulks feel so good is that if you're in a hybrid situation, right? Like, Barles' opening, he was going for men-at-arms, and you also need a few units on the water to stay competitive there. So in this type of build, Hulks are insane, because the only thing that counters them is galleys. And the galleys need to be going... You need to go full water to go for galleys, because the Hulks will still kill them in low numbers. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know why transport ships are made out of paper mache now. But yeah, just big population lead at this point. 7 villagers killed. Forging upgrade coming in now for the Hulks as well. That is going to be huge. And you have the Hulk numbers advantage anyway. You're better able to produce them at this time. And everything is coming up Millhouse right now for Meester Barles. I mean, repairing the Hulks is nice, but now you have to invest into another transport ship, which is definitely annoying. And yeah, guys, just look at this difference once Forging is in. It is huge, 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 huge. Because remember, Hulks have 4 melee armor. So it's going from 1 damage to 2 damage. Or 1 times 2, which is 2. To, 2 times 2. AKA 4. For those of you that didn't pass the first grade Kappa. And yeah, the Hulks are going to destroy the transports. Now things are looking extremely out of hand in favor of Barles. He's going to click up to Castle Age in a moment. It's just the initial men-at-arm rush got home. It got the damage done that it needed to. Oh, no. Guys, I think we can all identify with this Hulk right here. I think we've all had our moments that, like, this was me, like, Saturday night when I'm like, what the heck am I even doing? This is just, you know, this is the everyman Hulk. It's just, it's so lost. It's so stuck. Oh, did it get a shot off? I don't think it did. No, it didn't. He isn't allowed to go outside. He likes being outside for sure. Anyway, guys, hopefully it's going to be GG once Castle Age comes in. Ganji is super dead. Yeah, now the galley switch is coming in. Now you have a bit of a more established economy, and that's going to be much more difficult to deal with. Bloop. And Ganji isn't going to make us suffer any longer, right? What is that attack? So, it's hooks being thrown onto the enemy ships. But capture rate doesn't really work with the ropes attached to the hook, so it just kind of looks derpy. I mean, it looks derpy in game too, but at least it makes a bit more sense. Gali hook, exactly. That's at least been my observation so far. But obviously we still all have a lot to learn. I don't think anybody can say that they have all the answers on the new water balance. That is Malay over the Smaracens. Oh. Oh no. Now that would be pretty funny to see, I'm afraid. Alright, now we're going to be going to Pog Islands. But why can't we go to Pag Islands? That's such a fun map. I love that map. Pog, Har Desert, another top tier map. It's crazy, like, how much I don't generally love hybrid maps for 1v1s, but I love them in team games. Make it make sense. I can't. Oh, what was the one map? It was like Nile River, I think, from WDC. Where, like, you had the extra starting resources and the farms, and it was like the Nile River. Like, that had some, like, really sick games on it. Maybe I just missed team game tournaments. Anyway, we are here on Bog Islands, the map that Forgotten Empires decided to make to show off the mangrove terrain with Rise of the Rajas. Like Sisyphus work? Yeah, that's true. Alright. Arls, purple Bengalis to the southeast, Ganji, yellow Mongols to the northwest. Mongols, very, very good civ for this map because speed, it really is required. It's just all about the Gali rush, or at least it was. I still think it's likely going to be the case here, but maybe some defensive fire ships can work. I'm trying to remember, guys. Are Feudal Age fire galleys still slower than galleys? I think they're both... Oh, no, I'm ruining AoE again. I think they're the same speed now. So you can't actually chase down galleys with fire galleys until Castle Age. Anyway, look at these sad water buffalo, man. They have nowhere to go. Guys, it's like the polar bears! It's the Southeast Asian version of the poor polar bears being stuck on the little ice floes and being all alone. Like, this thing isn't even on a mangrove train. It's just on the water. Just floating. Although I'm pretty sure that's not how floating looks like for a water buffalo. But, again, I am no biologist. I need to see this? Okay, I need to see this. That's a pretty small car. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm smaller than Fodler. But... yeah, I'd probably have problems getting in and out of that. I mean, I'm still a pretty big guy. No, I did math. I talked about the advantage that you'd get in a Hulk v Hulk from getting the forging upgrade, where it goes from 1x2 to 2x2. That, yeah. That's what I thought. Too many numbers. I know! Alright, Doc coming in. Doc in a little bit faster here for Ganji. The Hulk noises? Oh. Peak Age of Empires. They might need to change the sound on that one. A total of 7? I can't disagree with that logic. And what's really important on Bog Islands is being able to wall yourself into the corner, so you can see Barrels can kind of do something like that and expand to the south, and then just wall over here on the side as well. Yeah, being able to stonewall is super important, because even though demos are worse now than they used to be, they can still sail in and blow up a bunch of villagers if you're not careful. Again, kind of a similar idea here for Ganji. The Puru archers? I don't know, it's just a little weird to me. Like, it's such a weird effect. They do more damage if they're closer, but they'll never actually... Like, they'll still fire just as soon as they get into range. So it's really like they do more damage to melee units that are attacking them, but also, like, if you micro them to be as close as possible and mitigate their range, like, it's just weird to me. Oh, no! Hulks fire faster the closer the target is? No. Nope, getting the early scout kill is nice. I mean, usually Mongols just try to avoid taking the scout fight until Feudal Age, because the chances are they're going to be up to Feudal Age faster, but I guess if you can get the kill, get the kill. Still, Barls isn't too much slower, and although, obviously, Bengalis are not a fast civ, especially relative to Mongols, because Bengalis have no Dark Age bonuses. Actually, technically, their ships regenerate HP in Dark Age, but you know what I mean. Mongols are still going to be faster, but Bengalis, with those 2 extra villagers upon reaching Feudal Age, especially when you're both going up pretty quickly, the 2 villagers represents a much larger, like, percentage increase to your economy than they would in a lot of other settings. And I've missed casting. I've missed talking about AoE too. I've been learning a lot about horses, which I liked a lot. Like, if I were, you know, rich and had my own ranch, I'd absolutely ride horses all the time. But, I'm a nerd. I like video games. Anyway, double Hulk versus double Gali. I think that Ganji has the right approach here. I think you open Gali, because the Galleys are much better at sniping the fire ships. And if you start developing your galley numbers and you see, oh no, my opponent's going fire ships to counter my galleys, you can still, I think, largely escape the galleys, the fire galleys with your own galleys on a map like this, where you have a lot of room to sail around. And then you just switch into a couple hulks to serve as your meat shield, and then you're good to go. That said, what I am concerned by is the fact that because hulks still outspeed galleys in early game, this happens. Because remember, Hulks out DPS galleys and are faster than them. It's a very awkward situation. Gets the kill. Yeah, you need that kill to have even a little bit of value here. Okay, good blocking there. And the galleys still are gonna start to scale better. Have to be... Oh, he still gets the kill! Oh my goodness. And don't care? Well, I mean, I was out in the country, so it wasn't really an issue. Also, the horse park I was at was, like nationally and probably internationally renowned. Again, even if the date was, not the best in the grand scheme of things, especially for Ornlu's very fragile self-esteem. Like, actual, like, going to Lexington, Kentucky is, like, it's a great weekend place to go to. Anyway, good stuff here for Ganji. The galleys, you can see, are starting to scale quite well. Now, you do need to be careful, because if some fire galleys come in, it's going to be tough. But that's where you switch into hulks, yourself. Oh, wow, was Ganji long-distance gold mining that entire time? Wild. Maybe some repairs wouldn't be a bad idea either. But Barl certainly took some losses there. 3 fishing ships to 5. And that's doing a lot to help keep Ganji's eco ahead. As of course he is from the early game ahead in resources, as that's just what Mongols do. Still, both players kind of fallen back for a little bit. Yeah, so same movement speed for fire galleys and regular galleys. This is different than ye old days, as in the live patch. Hulks counter Hulks. Hulks are actually quite bad at countering Hulks. They kill each other very slowly. Okay, so those units traded. We need to see more Hulks here, and this is what I was talking about, where Ganji perhaps over-investing into galleys and not quite getting the own counter to the fire galleys out. Nope, the Hulks are coming out, and they are very, very good against the fire galleys. Okay, another ship goes down, so at least Barles is keeping things fairly competitive. And Ganji's still staying ahead in the naval numbers. And now you're getting to Galley plus Hulk versus Hulk plus Fire Galley. And as Dragonstar and I were saying, the composition for Ganji should be better. But Hulks are already Step Lancers because they have one range. Unless you mean double Step Lancers, like a Step Lancer that uses a Kamiyuk Spear that has 2 range. Actually, is there literally anything in AoE 2 that has 2 range? The closest are Fire Galleys that have 2.49. But does anything actually have 2 range? Because Mamelukes and no, Phalangites have 1.8. Alright, big fight over here now. We're thinking that the Galley plus Hulk combo should be better. Is this going to be good enough? The Hulks are getting low. And again, it's just the Galleys you could just micro in, and it's so much easier for the Galleys to find shots onto the Hulks than to the other way around, and this is exactly how I thought this would go. Dominating fight there for Ganji. Now, Barles is closer to Castle Age, but, I mean, he's just running out of Navy real fast. A Viking hero with 2 range? Harald Hardrada, I think, has, what, 5 or 6 range? So, Barles isn't, like, dead yet, as, again, he is going to click up to Castle Age in a moment. He's going to have his market down soon, and then he'll have his resources to click up. Again, I would feel a little bit more comfortable if Ganji was repairing some of those galleys as well, but I'm sure it's fine. Please restart. Yeah, I'll just restart the entire stream just for you. But yeah, Ganji being able to utilize those fishing ships really are helping him out a ton in keeping pace and even staying slightly ahead of Barles. Yeah, I thought Harald Hardrada had 5 range. A Winged Hussar? What would that even look like? Again, Phalangites have 1.8 range. Because obviously every melee unit in the game has 0 range. Kamiyuks and Step Lancers have 1 range. Nothing has 2 range. Fire ships have 2.49 range. Nice snipe there as well. And then Mamelukes have 3 range, as well as Old Throwing Axemen. Now Throwing Axemen have 4 range. Still there, as do, you know, archers and stuff like that. Tons and tons of stuff have 5 range. Plenty of things have 6 range. 7 range, of course, mangonels and archers with bodkin. 8, generally what you max out on for your ranged units. 9 is much rarer, but not unheard of. And yeah, then it's going all the way up. Alright, yeah, a few Hulks has a meat shield, and then mostly galleys. Still, like I said, you have a big Castle Age timing advantage here as Barles. But remember as well that Hulks, or rather War Hulks, talk about shrimp. Yeah, War Hulks don't have more attack than the Feudal Age Hulks, as you'll see in a second. They have more HP, more armor, and a faster attack speed. If you range, it's actually one range. Alright, is this going to be enough, guys? Even the War Hulks still only have 1 pierce armor. But it seems like they're doing alright, especially with that forging upgrade. The Galleys are trying to get into a corner here. Is this going to be enough here for Barls? Oh, the clanker construction! The clankers are getting constructed, guys. Greening as well is a big one. Yeah, that movement speed buff is huge. Bodkin immediately on the way. Medium warships as well. Is there an over... Okay, there isn't an overchop yet, although there is almost one. And yes, the Hulks can just hack over the tree if you're not careful. A couple fishing ships went down, and suddenly Barls, with his Castle Age timing, is 9 villagers ahead. He's getting a second TC down. He's added in extra layers of wall. And suddenly, things are looking much, much more awkward here for Ganji's. 10 pop behind. He just lost so many units right there, including all of his fishing ships.
I didn't want to believe he was stealing from his job as a road worker, but when I got home, all the signs were there.
That makes sense. Still have to be careful of demos. Galley Hulk, Fireship, Hulk. Iron Casting is going to be in as well. Again, you already have Clinker Construction and Careening, and you're going to have Iron Casting. These ships are well upgraded, and there was an overchop. Oh, no. Oh, no. It was such a good start for Ganji, but it was just not being able to deal with that Castle Age timing advantage. But yeah, thanks for the 6 months, Kigo. Sort of a collaboration between the lasses that are hot. What? The lasses that are hot? This tournament was organized by aeiouswallow, who is the tournament organizer for the Taiwanese community. Oh, Thalassocracy. Ah. Anyway, War Galleys should be getting some decent damage here. No ballistics, but as the Hulks kind of have to stand there and throw their hooks, they still will take a bunch of damage. Yeah, I have no idea. Still a big population advantage right now, though, for Barls, especially in that villager count, as again, he's on that second TC. At the same time as this update. Well, remember, they're using this as a way to test and show off the new water balance that they're going to add next year. Like, that's literally the point of the tournament. Okay, second TC coming in over there, but right now, Barls is going to be the one who's really climbing ahead in economy. See the Ganji's eco efficiency tanking. Ornlu stream? I know it's been a few days. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, also getting that bow saw upgrade, which is super important. The Hulks are here to help deal with the fires. And again, in theory, this should be good trades for our yellow player. He has some more Hulks coming in, but he needs them to tank, especially with the Clinker construction and careening both in. 1.71 movement speed on the fire ships. That is significantly faster. And like, oh no, the more ships are coming in from downtown. Oh boy. I don't know, guys. I don't think these galleys are going to be enough at all. I mean, you're just not going to be as well able to sustain ship production as your opponent at this point. I mean, that's a nice little narrow corridor, I guess. I know that's a lot of fire ships on the field as well. You just don't have many Hulks. You do not even have the forging upgrade to help deal with them. I mean, you're taking... Okay, there's forging. But, like, you're taking the most efficient fights you can. But this still just feels way better across the board for Barls, who's continuing to get even further ahead on the KD, and there is the GG called. I mean, I assume. Is Ganji being toxic? Oh my goodness, guys, he didn't tap out. He didn't say GG at all. That's a lie, he totally did. Wololo ship? I'm sure they did. I mean, they actually have that in the Drake custom campaign. But yeah, I mean, just way better eco across the board. It was that Castle Age transition that completely threw everything out of whack there, despite the early advantage for Ganji. Three-year ban for McNeely? What for? Not that I necessarily disagree with it. Who cares? I mean, I'm just joking. I mean, it's very much in a tournament game, and that's still very much, you know, you need to be polite to your opponent. But, I mean, for like a ladder game or whatever, it doesn't really matter at all. All right, Nomad's next. The ban function? That's fair. Ornlu asleep. MBL versus Folder of Doom? No. Not unless there's nothing else to cast. All right, guys, we are here on Nomad. Ganji tournament life on the line. I mean, he's had some okay moments, but Barles has really just powered ahead in sort of that late Feudal Age, early Castle Age time frame. Ganji going to be the yellow Spanish over here to the east, and Barles the purple Portuguese to the west. So we have Spanish versus Portuguese on a semi-arid looking peninsula. That's also pretty square-shaped. Guys, this is too IRL for me to handle. And the Spanish are literally in the east of it, and the Portuguese are in the west of it. It simply makes too much sense. It's too much, man. All right, so PC for each player. Why is Hera in this tourney? Because you've signed up for it. I think that's a pretty good reason. I mean, as far as like who's better between Spanish and Portuguese, they're both top tier on this map. If the game is a little bit more land-oriented, I might prefer Spanish because conquistadors, especially these days, with their mobility advantage, yeah, they do feel a bit better than organ guns. Francisco de Almeida 1 flashbacks. Yeah, but you don't even face conquistadors in Almeida 1. There are no Spanish lancers. Oh, but we could see circumnavigation researched, guys. the tech that's going to give you the biggest score jump of any tech in the game. Anyway, stones will definitely forward. You have some nearby forage bushes, though. Gold, you can kind of take at the back. There is no stone back for Ganji. And, of course, these are two Sibs that are very reliant on stone. Meanwhile, gold kind of to the north. Stone much safer for Barles. And Barles in general just has more space to work with, right? Barles is easier to attack him, but also he has more space. Ganji very, very nestled in these three little forests. Yeah, it gives you score for exploration. Alright, so try... Shipwright wasn't actually changed, right? It was just the wording that was changed. You did the whole, like, Malay thing, where you made the wording more consistent. So circumnavigation isn't as good as Shipwright, but it gives you, what, a little over half the effect of Shipwright? Plus, obviously, all of the exploration. There's a land bridge? Have you never heard of rolling the ships over the land? On logs? Almost half, okay. Encapsulation for a significantly cheaper price. And the HP getting staggered throughout the age, that's also a very important change in this patch, right, Trirem? I think it's a very important change. I think it's going to actually be huge for Barles' chances in this game is to get that increasing ship HP throughout the ages. I think that checks out. Flying Dutchman? There's a clip there somewhere. I know. I was being mean. I'm sorry. Oh, what's the nudge to the map? Oh, the Pac-Man upgrade. I've been wanting it for a long time. Go full Pac-Man. Go off the map on one side to just go on the other. Think how tiny that would make the maps, man. Like, this would be, like, super close to this. And so what happens is, like, you have a trebuchet that starts attacking this side, and it goes off the map and attacks over here. Playing Power Wash Simulator? I'm glad that these sorts of video games exist. Alright. Well, is that a bay? It could be a harbor. Depends on the scale. A cove? I think a cove is... Okay. I need to know the difference, because a cove I always think of as, like, rocky. Cove versus harbor. Or bay. A cove is a small sheltered inlet or bay, often with a narrow entrance. Yeah, so it's like kind of like a cave. And a harbor is a larger body of water. And then versus a bay... Okay, bays are large. Even larger than a harbor. And harbors are necessarily deep because the whole thing with a harbor is that you can keep ships there. Anyway, Carl's coming in here with the dock. He doesn't actually know about the dock over... Okay, maybe he lost a sheep or something over here and can guess it. But, I mean, this is pretty sick if he can just trap all of these fishing ships here of Ganji's. Because remember, guys, if Ganji gets his fishing ships interrupted super early on, which is exactly what's going to happen, it's going to be extremely difficult for him to go for his fast castle conquistadors. Serviora. Got bay-baited. I did indeed. Alright, Hulks are on the way. Again, I don't see why you would ever do anything other than pure Hulk here on a hybrid map. You can't go mass galleys to counter it. Just go for the Hulks. The Hulks can chase down the fishing ships and they kill them pretty fast. Wait a minute. No, yeah, Hulks don't have any bonus damage except negative bonus damage against buildings. But Hulks have 2 attacks, right? So shouldn't they deal... Yeah, they deal 4 damage. But it feels like they do more than 4 damage. Because fishing ships have 1 melee armor? I don't know. Wait, 3 projectiles? Oh! Elsa Ganji, yeah, absolutely should have been garrisoning right there. Why does it say they have 2 projectiles? Against ships? Yes. Oh boy, this is getting awkward. And guys, this is what I was saying, that because the fishing eco was disrupted so very early on, is extra. It is in the normal game, but I thought in Capture Age it was the total count. But what do I know?
See?
I mean, okay, so that's a lot of damage. So it's even, so forging and stuff is even better then, right? Because it's actually +3 attack for the Hulks. Because I'm pretty sure all of the hooks, I guess, deal full damage. So the Keton Hulks would get +6 attack, essentially, in Feudal Age. That's insane. The Steppe Hulks, indeed. If only Ketons weren't awful in literally every other way on water maps. But I guess on, like, a hybrid map, you could still play them. But yeah, again, this is what I'm saying, guys. This is... We could literally see Barrels up to Castle Age faster. Just losing that fishing eco way too early was Ganji. I mean, he still has some fishing eco, otherwise he'd just be dead in the water, so to say. But even as things stand, it's looking real grim for him.
Mande? Presta.
Castle Age incoming. But, I mean, they're coming in at the same time for both players. Barles is already taking a big eco lead. He's already mining stone. So it's like the whole idea of the fast castle conquistadors is kind of completely thrown out the window.
Hola.
Gonna full wall the map as Barles. He is cruising. He is chopping at J Cruisin'. Oh, Ganji feels super dead. Now, of course, Conquistadors are a unit that, like, you can just make them work in situations where you should not be able to just make any unit work. But because of all these full walls that are coming in, it's looking rough. Oh, hey, T-West. How you doing, man? I had quite a weekend. I'll message you about it later. So it was a lot. But I did go to Lexington, Kentucky for the first time, and that was really nice. I was busy with Uma Masume. And I actually did see the champion racehorse from the Breeders' Cup. Was being stabled there. They had like a whole champion stable specially for all the horses that won championships. Anyway, Monastery coming in. Now, you're not quite at a castle resources yet. Technically, the two states touch, but from where I am in Illinois to where Lexington is, it's a 6.5 to 7 hour drive. Talk with chat. Well, I already mentioned it earlier. I mean, basically, you know, I went out on a limb, drove down, you know, almost 7 hours to Lexington to meet her for the first time, spend the weekend with her, and it started out really nice, but then she felt that she was not ready to be in a relationship and that I was too different from how I was acting online, and that I wasn't, you know, online I was, and online also including video chatting, you know, confident and mature, and then when I, in real life, I was a bit shy and awkward. So, ow. The whole time? Part of me wanted to at times, let me tell ya. Let me tell ya. But, guys, sometimes you just have to put yourself out there. And this is also why you, whenever you want to go on a date or a trip or something like that, you make sure that you're doing something fun. I stream in front of people? I mean, like, I feel exactly the same. Like, I don't even think I'm capable of acting, like, completely different or trying to, like, put on a different persona. But, you know, I drove 7 hours to a place I'd never been before to meet a woman I've never met before, and I've never even done anything like that in, like, what, 6 years? Is it finals? Yeah, that's way too much pressure, man. All right, conks are on the way. It's still a really, really bad spot for Ganji, guys. I mean, I think that when you're messaging somebody for a while, like we were messaging each other like every day for a few weeks and even, you know, doing some video chats and all that. But, you know, you never really, you know, you never know until you see a person in person.
Monday?
A 5-year-old cousin? Oh, no. Yep. Way better than I speak. I mean, was I awkward? I mean, of course I was awkward. Why wouldn't I be awkward? But did I give her a good weekend? Yes, we did. Yes, I did. We still, you know, had a good time together. And she actually, like, even after, you know, telling me I was different than I was in person. Oh, here we are. How are you doing today? Never mind. Just enjoy your life and don't chase anyone. What comes to you, comes to you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Just got that. Taking relationship advice? I mean, I see no reason why it wouldn't be the best source of relationship advice. Countryside? Well, like, that's the thing, right? Is, like, oh, you know, she said that you should probably, you know, meet people in person so that you don't, you know, give people one impression online and then another impression in person. But it's like, I live out in the sticks right now. I don't really have any natural ways of meeting people. Debbie wants me to try speed dating. My parents think that I should just try, like, you know, mixers and then, like, group activities. Like, I don't know, man. Boy KGS with the 51 months. I know how to read numbers. I'm gonna go with no on that one. Organize a LAN? Yes. Exactly. We're cooked? Yeah. Just get an AI girlfriend. See, this is why you always go to chat with your dating stories, is because chat will always give you the best reassurance and advice. Activity groups? Yeah, exactly. That's what my parents want me to do, mouse puddles. But I don't know. It's not... It just feels... One, I don't even know of any of these things, and two, like, it just feels so strange. Yep. By yourself? I've been by myself for quite a long time. oh, hey, there was a fight here. What do you know? Nothing too exciting happening. Guys, this game was basically over in Feudal Age. Ganji forgot that he could garrison fishing ships in his dock. He just lost all of them. He lost his food income. His fast castle conquistadors ended up... How much faster was he to Castle Age? He was actually slower to Castle Age.
Sí, mande, sí, señora.
Mande, sí.
Gentleman Jim Beam. Social Club?
Presto, mande. Presto.
Oh, did Burles get the tag? I wasn't really paying attention. No, he doesn't have it. Anyway, they see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I don't want to, like, drive around all over the place. Oh boy, guys. I don't know. These rams are getting damage done, but they're attacking uphill. I mean, like, he's already on a second freaking castle, guys. Oh my goodness. Ganji's so dead. Monetization? I refuse to spend money on dating apps. No, I mean, there just aren't as many people, and especially not young people, because I live in a far suburb where it's mostly just families, because I still live with my parents. Let's imagine yourself as foolproof. Okay, that was good. Horn cover off. Oh, okay, that's good. That's a good one. There's a GG. Dominant 3-0 from Barles. Kind of what was expected. I mean, yeah, like, you know, what my friends and my parents are telling me is that it'll be different once you, like, live closer to a city and you actually have, like, an established job. But it's like, I don't have my career yet. I've spent almost a year looking for a job and haven't even gotten an interview. So it's, you know, homie feels stuck. Ramon Iberico. Oh, you guys are good. You guys are good. All right, now I am, yeah, pretty sure there was another set. And is this the only set that's going on? It is. Why are we still, it's the round of 64, right? Ah, he got a admin win. Let's see, freaking Andy versus Leonidas. Love that Viking theme. The Viking theme just sounds like adventure, man. All right, let me set up the scoreboard here. Beery versus not Beery. And with it more self-confidence? Yeah. You know, it's hard to be confident. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is experiencing this when I'm not established in my job. You know, and I still live with my parents, and even if I'm talking to and meeting, you know, girls who are a few years younger than me, it's like there's definitely more of a leniency that it's okay to have your life not quite as figured out if you're a girl. You could do way better than me. I think I'd, you know, deserve a lot, but it's like, how do you come across like that? Anyway, Saracen's here for Leonidas to the north. Andy in the orange as the Vikings to the southwest. It's a 600 elo difference. Leonidas got a walkover win over Kumbito. So this should be extremely one-sided, but hey, you know what? We're here to see the new shippies. Arranged marriage? Nah, man. I like my free will. Is there a class or activity having without dating? Oh, yeah, I mean, that's like the ideal, right? But I don't have... I mean, I'm not in college anymore. I don't have a job that I ever go out for. And there aren't really any activities, especially in my immediate area. It's like an organized Tinder. It's funny. Deserving a partner? I mean, nobody ever owes you anything. Excuse me. Yeah, like again, I live in a very far suburb right now, where there are very few people my age. It's mostly, you know, families. Like, I don't even have my own car. Good Chicago beef? Not far from me, yeah, for sure. You got a Portillo's nearby. Oh, no. Sometimes people owe me money, oh, for sure. Anyway, Barrack's coming in here for Leonidas. I mean, not like he's in a bad spot. Coming over here with a villager. They have kneecaps? Easy. Alright, so scouts over here, honestly, not really too much of an investment from either player. I guess we do have an archery range now coming in for both, but it's just one Hulk that's on the way for Andy. Only is on one dock, and that seems to be the same deal here for Leonidas. So they are really much both treating this like it was basically, you know, a full-blown hybrid map instead of a water-ish map. And most 200 soldiers? Nah, man. Monks exist. Saracens have good monks. Just convert all the enemy. He'll get to 300. Wait, I thought I just saw smoke like in the empty void of the map. That's odd. Oh, Viper! Thanks to the raid, man. Hey, Debbie. And of course, you know, through Debbie, Viper's had to learn about all of my sorry dating experience too. So, you know what? He deserves a break. Anyway, thanks everyone who's tuning in. We've got some Thalassocracy Cup. This match, because it was a walkover win in the first round for Leonidas, it's going to be a very one-sided match here. There's a 600 elo difference between these two players, but again, new ships. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, thank you. Would the Spartans be? I mean, the funny thing is, because of the Lembos, literally all of the ancient era civs would be broken on any map with water because you can make a Dark Age warship. So for that alone, they would be broken. Other than that, you'd still probably be very solid civs. The Hulk animation different. So in Capture Age, the Hulks cannot, for some reason, animate their ropes. So the hooks are kind of weird looking. Like, if I swapped over to the AoE 2 view, like the actual in-game view, you'll see the Hulks, like, with their ropes and the hooks, and it is a little bit more sensical, but not in Capture Age. So, you got a dock incoming over here on the side. You have both players on the two docks now. But honestly, as far as things go for Leonidas, he lost one villager, the forward villager over here. Or there was a forward villager over here. I think he lost that one. Anyway. moral of the story is Leonidas isn't in that bad of a position, but his Hulk there is in a lot of trouble. And like I've been saying, once you get, I think, more experience with all of the players in this tournament, playing these larger water maps, or I guess maps with more water on them, I think opening galleys into hulks makes the most sense if you don't have to worry about the land side of things, and opening hulks into galleys or hulks into fire ships is going to make more sense. Hey, Naomi. The ram thing? I mean, I guess it's kind of similar in terms of the role it fills. Good against the fire ships, bad against the galleys. Yeah. Literally, Andy is being a full-on hooker right now. Oh, but credit to Leonidas, guys. Yeah, forging literally triple affects hulks. It's insane. Hulks have 3 hooks, apparently. I thought they had 2 at first, but no, it's 3 arrows. Or hooks, yeah. And each of them gets the benefit from forging, so it's 5 times 3. So instead of like having 15 at melee attack, it's actually, you know, 5 times 3. You get the benefit, so it goes from 15 to 18 attack. Anyway, I mean, it could be worse here for Leonidas. There are a couple of skirmishers here in the archery range, but they do not have that armor upgrade, so the archers with fletching are still going to be pretty decent. Remember, guys, transport ships are now made out of paper mache for some reason. They used to have 100 HP, now they have 70, and they used to have 4 melee armor and 8 pierce armor, and now they have 0 melee armor and 2 pierce armor. Oh no! Run away, peasants! Run away! Okay, +1 defense for the skirmishers would be very nice, although the numbers are obviously still kind of rough. Oh no! No, don't leave the mill behind! No! Rip. Alright, so Hulk's still sailing around here. Andy is behind in villagers killed. He's behind in overall villagers, but his resources are still very significantly better. Just have a couple of Hulks here on the water versus 6. And you still just have to wonder that unless Leonidas is still going to get a very good Castle Age time, it's going to be getting very difficult for him going forward. You can see Andy, with his water dominance, still able to add in more fish. Now, it is worth noting that on this map in particular, especially relative to most of the other ones we will see in this tournament, fishing isn't as good because the fish are few and far between. So you can see those 2 fishing ships are taking from box turtles, so it's slower. And just look at this distance that these fishing ships have to sail before they reach the dock. So again, the fishing ships are good, but they're not quite as good as you might be used to. Turkish transports. Don't let them land. Gotta be careful. Remember, guys, fishing ships are way weaker to land units now. Again, fishing ships used to have 60 HP and 4 pierce armor and 0 melee armor. Now they only have 1 pierce armor and 50 HP. And you know what, guys? Castle Age times are very comparable. Leonidas not doing too poorly, all things considered. At all. Now, the Hulks are still hulking it up, and you are likely going to want to switch over into the galley line, especially as you already have fletching. You could start investing into some similar upgrades, and Saracen galleys, remember, still do attack faster. Archer's going to try and escape, shielded a bit by the Hulks, because the archers, rather the skirmishers don't want to be running right next to the shoreline, but guys, remember, only 1 pierce armor. Skirmishers actually deal 2 damage a shot to Hulks. +3 damage, it's a huge difference. And neither player has forging. But yeah, Andy still taking relatively good fights, all things considered, and his eco is so much better in the first place that he can afford to take slightly suboptimal fights. Make too much sense? I think it was the choice between, do we want the naval interaction to make sense? Or do we want to keep as much of the basic water interactions as similar as before, to at least minimize confusion with players? And I think they obviously went with, okay, let's just keep things consistent as much as we can and not completely flip the water triangle on its head. Anyway, Crossbow and Bodkin both on their way, so Leonidas still taking that more terrestrial approach, shall we say. We have a TC coming in here on the forward island. For the time being, we still just have Andy on the 1, although he is getting medium warships. Got his hulks. Remember, you do get fires now as the Vikings, and you have longboats. I do think that the Vikings are probably one of, if not the best water civ, but Leonidas being a boomer. Leonidas was from Sparta. All right, second TC coming in here for Andy, but unless Andy gets like a huge fish boom, and like I said, the fish booming on this map isn't that great. Why did they get fires? Well, the thing is they had that huge gap in the water triangle, and Vikings were literally like the worst hybrid civ, or one of the worst hybrid civs, because they had no way of competing for water, which really feels weird for Vikings, who you think on paper should be a very good civ for hybrid maps. So I like them getting fire galleys, and maybe even Castle Age fire ships. But the thing is, they also added the Hulk in to counter fire ships, so they actually didn't really need fires at that point. But yeah, I've lost everything right now at this point as Leonidas on the land. You've got really nothing to speak of on the water either, just one scout and one transport ship. And just not really able to get your units out of this island and dealing with the enemy skirmishers, which have gotten so much value. Anyway, Hulks do have -3 damage versus buildings, so they only deal 6 damage to buildings a hit. And remember that the Castle Age Hulk upgrade, and also the Imperial Age one, don't get you more attack. The Hulk upgrades give you more armor, HP, and all that stuff, but they give you a faster attack speed instead of more attack. Anyway, Tandoori with the 48 punts. Thank you so much. Thank you. 4 years is a heckin' long time. All right, we got one longboat on the field. We have a couple of fire ships as well. But to his credit, Leonidas is keeping pace here with the villager count. He's getting some towers here to help deal with landings. We do have fishing lines coming in, which is, remember, the Gill Net's precursor upgrade. But still, just the 5 fishing ships. It's nothing that crazy. Of course, the idle TC time is a lot higher here for Leonidas, and he is still behind in resources by almost 1,000, so it's not like it's a good position for him. But it's far from a hopeless one. And again, considering there's a 600 elo difference between these players, you can't really be too upset with how Leonidas is doing here. So we got a few archers here. We do have the transport still alive, hanging out in the mangrove forest. Got wheelbarrow coming in. Is going to be helpful as more farms are being put down. There's actually quite a few farms at this point. The current patch, these fire archers versus ships. Yeah, fire archers next patch are going to be very good against most ships, I think. Yeah, I think that fire archers on hybrid maps were already semi-viable. Now they're going to be very good at sort of controlling the shoreline. They're going to be kind of like moving towers in that regard. That said, I still don't like Woo. And the primary, point of a unit should be fighting with it. And not using it as like some sort of, moving tower against ships only. That feels a bit strange. Anyway, it's not impossible that Leonidas sneaks the transport ship around all of the ships of Andy and lands his opponent's island where he has no real defenses. Especially over here, there aren't full walls. But honestly, there just aren't that many vills left here. There are 21 out of 73 vills here for Andy, who's on 4 TCs now, by the way. And, of course, has the Viking eco. But yeah, I mean, this whole area is just... There isn't a whole lot of value you could even get, as most of Andy's eco is extremely safe, protected by town centers. Yes, Woo is the most interesting of the 3 Kingdom civs, but... Oh, and so much for sneaking through right there. Ooh, just able to get those crossbowmen back out onto the island. That said, both players are likely going to have fairly similar Imperial Age times, and what you do need to keep in mind is that because Vikings don't have good fire ships, like, yeah, they got fire ships, which is great for them, but they still don't have very good fire ships, especially as we get to the late game. the very strong galley civs are going to be performing quite well because they can still out-efficiency longboats. They beat hulks in large numbers, and they beat the fire ships. So Vikings would need to rely then on just out-galleying their opponents with their discounted galleys. But against Saracens, that's still going to be a little bit tricky because of the faster attack speed. And longboats are also still going to be population efficient, I think. They were changed around a little bit. Imperial ships, it's not quite as one-sided for sure. Anyway, Leonidas is going to be a bit slower up to Imperial Age. Oh, he also needs a building. Okay, the university's almost done, so yeah, he's still going to be a fair bit behind to Imperial Age. Castle is already coming in here from Andy, and this is just the better eco. Better macro, better eco civ. He's ahead of everything except wood a little bit, but that's not too big of a deal. Being ahead in food and gold here is especially relevant. Oh, we got the clankers getting constructed, guys. The AI is taking over. Castle over here on the side. This is actually, I think, a smart move here from Leonidas. Get the docks here on the side furthest away from your opponent, where you can best protect them. Longboats are also now awful against buildings. I don't know why they had to change longboats so much. But yeah, they fire 4 projectiles. And I don't know if they all deal... I don't think they all deal full damage. But they lost their anti-building bonus damage, so you can see how bad they are versus buildings. Anyway, more docks coming in. Don't do that. Saracens, I mean, they do have actually both of the university fireship upgrades. Oh, wait, that's siphons. Oh, I don't know why they couldn't use new... Like, they have a new icon for the medium and heavy warships upgrade in the other tax. Why can't they just get unique icons for siphons and incendiaries? They all deal full damage? Okay, so they're better against ships and worse against buildings? Is a new icon? Is it? Oh yeah, incendiaries is it? Why isn't siphons a new icon? Well, I guess the fire ship... No, it should be the same, exact same one as fast fire ships. All right. Yeah, I mean, the speed upgrades are huge now. Anyway, careening is in. Fast fire ship upgrade? Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't exist anymore. Where Vaipur went offline. All right, heavy warships coming in. Arvel Hull as well, but again, I would like to remind you guys that these are not fast fire ships, and you still don't get them as Saracens. That said, these crossbowmen are at least helping out a little bit to deal with the landing potential. More longboats are here. You have the war hulks as well, which are going to be big in making sure that the fire ships are going to have a more difficult time doing anything too useful. Fire ship upgrades in bossing site? Yeah, exactly. There was never a fast fire ship upgrade. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yes, I literally know where everyone is for some reason. Oh, boy. Wait, Galleons have one more attack now? I didn't even notice that. On fire longboats? Yeah, it is true. Remember, guys, that Siphons is a blast attack. Remember, it's like a charge attack that you get that deals some blast damage. And because longboats stack up more than any other ship, it is going to be most effective in that, that context. And you also have Incendiary. Again, you have both as Saracens. You don't have fast fire ship, but you have all of the other fire ship upgrades. So, I mean, let's just see how good these non-fast fire ships could possibly do, though. Deny castles? I mean, Galleons are always able to deny castles. Alright, there's heavy warships coming in. Gonna upgrade those hulks, and yes, you have fully upgraded hulks as the Vikings at a discount. That Siege Workshop's having a bad day. Chemistry's now in, but you need to rebuild the Siege Workshop so you can even think about getting Bombard Cannons. And now Andy will be able to go for the almighty Skirmishers. And it's just, again, the eco difference feels like it's getting way too significant. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad, actually. Holy cow. No Elite Longboat in yet. Never... Why wouldn't they be able... Am I missing something? Alright. Oh, he's actually trying to go crossbow, that's a little strange. But yeah, all of the fireships use their charge attack on, like, the front longboat, so unless I think you aim center mass, the blast damage isn't going to do anything. Okay, now you're going to try and switch over into the skirmishers. Elite longboat is on its way, but Leonidas, guys, he is trying to push this one back here. His home island is still safe, although he's going to need to bring some vills over to this island. And now the Hulks are coming in! Bugs Vigar on the way. Yeah, those fire ships are still largely unimpressive. I mean, I guess they're Carax, not to War Hulks. And yeah, they're still going to get mowed down. Remember, they still only have 1 Pierce armor. Not really a ton. This is what I was saying, that I think that if anything, Vikings might struggle against civs with very good galleons, like Saracens, like Armenians, like Portuguese, perhaps. I mean, the Portuguese have caravels anyway, I guess. But even Portuguese galleons with their extra HP would probably be pretty good. Anyway, I think that Andy's eco and macro is still almost certainly going to be way too good here. That said, the castle is being denied for now. Only +1 defense there on the skirmishers, but again, it could be worse. But this is really, I think, going to be the fundamental issue. And you still don't have shipwright as Saracens, right? It's just a balancing measure. Defensive castle coming in over there in the middle as well. And you're just not able to even come close to the eco of your opponent. 30 more villagers. The idle time is technically much higher for Andy, but that's just because he rocketed up to his full villager count super fast. And that sounds like GG. Again, strategically, I don't think Leonidas played this too poorly at all. It's just he just doesn't have the mechanics that Andy does, which, again, is not to be expected from somebody who is 600 elo lower. But strategically, I don't think he really played poorly whatsoever. Still had a solid game, he just couldn't really keep up with the resources. Longboats are elite, yeah. 7+5 attack. And I guess Bugs Vigar is even better now because it applies to all of the all the arrows. Like he's Justin Fields. Rip. I don't know, he can win a game. Didn't he throw like 11 passes for like 50 yards or something? Something ridiculous. Alright. Looks like Aquarina is going to be the next map. Don't really have time to update the scoreboard. I guess we do actually have a minute countdown. Yeah, hope you're all having a majestic Tuesday. It has been a few days since I've been streaming, so I am very glad to be back. Something I'm confident in doing. This is where if I wasn't lazy, I would actually put in, I just put in the Spartan emblem. But, I'm too lazy to get that situated for a likely 3-0. Well, I mean, I just had T-West and Viper raid me. That's not really of my own doing, but we appreciate everything we can get here. I'll say the F word, though. France. Leonidas is from France. There, I said it. And you can't make me take it back. Evil State. Again, I take what I can get and ask no further questions. All right, guys. Here we are. Andy going to be in the orange as the Chinese to the west on Aquarina. Is it going to be for the fast Imperial dragon ship play? Wait a minute. Hold on. Trirem, does Dragon Ship, or do Dragon Ships have their own upgrades still? Do they just get the Elite Warships upgrade? They do not? Okay, so you just get the Dragon Ships when you research Heavy Warships or Elite Warships or whatever it's called. Alright. But remember, Chinese used to have, like, for a brief moment, they had an absolutely top-tier navy. Now they don't have, carvel holes? And they don't have incendiaries for their Dragon Ships, so... Actually, both of the best fast fire ship civs, the Byzantines and the Chinese, they actually both miss incendiaries. Well, I mean, it's that among other things. And you don't get the clanker construction because you already have the faster movement speed, so you kind of get it on your fire ships for free, but it doesn't benefit any of your other ships, obviously. They didn't nerf Byzantines, they just didn't give them full upgrades. They didn't give them the second of the new upgrades for fire ships. Anyway, Burgundians are a very interesting civ here. What on earth are you doing with Burgundians? It's like, they don't have the worst navy in the world. I mean, you do have, like, okay fast fire ships, I guess, but you don't actually have heavy demo. You don't have... Wait, why does Heavy Demo have a different... I guess that's the Castle Age Demolition Ship upgrade, my bad. Yeah, I don't have Dry Dock, no careening, of course. Sorry, Shipwright, of course. Yeah, let's see. Chinese should be a significantly better civ here. Both civs have very strong economies. You already have double bit axe in here for Leonidas. New first guild nuts in Dark Age? I mean, we'll have to see. Does that still compete with Chinese eco? I don't see why it should. Wait, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back, guys. Man, I sure hope you guys enjoyed looking at that scout. All right, so did he get the Dark Age eco fishing upgrade? Where is it? Oh, yes, he did. Okay. Good company. You know, I do my best for you guys. You know, with what the tools we have here at Ornlu AoE, we need to improve the stream and casting quality in any way we can. All right, so Feudal Age is on the way here for Leonidas on 36 population. Now, I have tried this map a few times, and it really does seem like going for fast Feudal Age is kind of tough. It's hard to apply enough pressure, especially because you can garrison the fishing ships. Like, you might be able to snipe a fishing ship here or there, but if the opponent is determined to go fast castle, they will almost certainly get away with it. Guys, can I be honest? It's a little triggering that they use the ancient era shipwrecks, you know, for like the Chronicle civs, when clearly a shipwreck would not last that long into the Middle Ages from, you know, the 4th century BCE. Yeah, live patch, you could definitely make it work, but not when you're able to hide your fishing ships. Anyway, Res Collected are still in favor of Andy. So if the whole point of this is to go for the early fishing eco upgrade, it doesn't really feel sufficient. They've been shipwrecked for very long. But how is the wood not decayed? Like, that is clearly a Leviathan. Anyway, Doc actually here on the outside already for Andy. He is on 2 in total. Fishing ship should be able to rebuild seawalls. I'm sure the devs have toyed with the idea of building seawalls. I mean, they've been in the game since AOC. For some reason, they weren't in the scenario editor in AOC, though. But since DE, yes, they were able to put them in. Did the Barrel set already happen? Yes. Surviving from their age? Wait, I don't see how we could have an actual Viking longship from, like, the 10th century. Yeah, in AOC, they just look like palisades. They gave them a unique graphic in DE. Same with the sea gates. But yeah, I'm sure Trireme and company have at least toyed with the idea of allowing fishing ships to build seawalls. Dry. Ah, yes, because even if it was on land, it totally wouldn't have just been destroyed by the elements over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Anyway, it's Gali time. Gold shaft mining. Why is it getting gold shaft mining so fast, man? Even before Bowsaw. 23 fishing ships for freaking Andy, guys. No, Vils cannot build bridges. They can only do that in your allied villagers, technically, in the Tyre scenario. The shipwreck, that's also true. Okay, but seriously, guys. I'm not sold on this at all. Now, Andy isn't going fast imp, at least not as far as I can tell. But 24 to 16 fishing ships, Andy's still ahead by 500 resources, and this build just has not impressed me, guys. Even with Gillnets in, it's still... Like, Gillnets is going to be good, but it's not going to be a 50% fishing ship advantage good. So unless Leonidas can start to get a lot of value here... Which, I mean, this isn't bad. But yeah, I mean, it's just garrisoning the docks. Much more difficult to raid fishing ships. A bunch of eco upgrades coming in, as well as the War Galley upgrades. Right now, it is just going to be all Galley for both players for now. Wait a minute, Leonidas is going fast imp? Hold on, guys. Wait, Andy's already sold it. Are they both going fast imp? Hold up there. I mean, Liereyy has to get 7 villager kills, by the way. Like, that's not insignificant. Okay. He's gonna click up as soon as that vill's done. Let's go. I don't think that's gonna matter too much. But Trirem, would you rather have the Burgundian elite cannon galleons or the Bohemian elite cannon galleons? Because the Bohemian elite cannon galleons get siege engineers and the faster movement speed. Really a battle of the 2 top-tier navies for sure. Okay, there's Gilnet's coming in here from Andy, and he is going to click up here in just a moment. There you go. So it's going to be like a 40% or 40-second advantage in Imperial Age time. Looks like those fishing ships are still going to be able to garrison. Oh, is some construction getting clinkered? But yeah, obviously the sea tower still does plenty of damage. Remember, it has the same anti-ship damage as guard towers do. Who's the cheapest elite cannon galleons? In terms of overall resources, Koreans? Vikings save both wood and gold, though. Oh, we got the clinkers. The clinkers, guys! Now it's going to be mass fire ships, and you are going to need to get some hulks out here as our Burgundians player to have much of a chance against the dragon ships. Always. The only multiplicative damages are when it comes to elevation. And actually, there are multiplicative bonuses, right? So the Burgundian gunpowder bonus actually is multiplicative. So it's 25% on all of their damages. So it includes both regular damage and bonus damage. Whereas all upgrades are additive. Anyway, a few more fishing ships getting sniped. It's going to help even the score here. Remember, guys, no shipwright, though, for Burgundians. They really shouldn't be all that impressive of an Imperial Age civ. Although you do get incendiaries and siphons. Is multiplicative. I mean, it's just more damage in the area. How much is hill boost? 25%. Plus 25% attacking downhill and minus 25% attacking uphill. All right. We'll need to wait for heavy warships to come in. There's only like a 20 to 30-ish second advantage here. But you're going to try and take the best fight you can. No incendiaries yet for either player. That would have been a big help in this fight for either side. You do have the speed upgrade in, though. Well, not speed upgrade, but you have the bonus plus speed upgrade in. Damage out. Correct. All right. Fast fire ships in. Oh, that poor Seagate, man. Didn't stand a chance. 9 seconds to Saracen attack. Yes, Leonidas, I mean, he's going to need the hulks, right? Because now the dragon ships are in. I mean, shouldn't Leonidas be completely cooked here? Like, the dragon ship should obliterate the other ships. I mean, they have 5 attack. Yeah. He needed hulks, man. He needed the Incredible Hulk. But yeah, I mean, it seems like the fast imp strategy is taken off on this map. You can see Andy way better eco as Chinese. Hulks? No, the Castle Age Hulks have 5 melee armor. And I think the Carracks have 6 melee armor, so they still should be doing just fine. I mean, the Feudal Age Hulk's certainly not going to be doing well. But, I mean, it's an Imperial Age warship versus a Feudal Age warship. What do you expect? All right. Shoals is going to be game number 3, and we will be getting into that presently. By the way, there is one more set today after this one. Liereyy versus Gali, who I have never heard of. Beat Thofu 2005. I have never heard of either of these players. Range. So, there are only 2 basic types of damage, melee and pierce damage. Everything else is a form of bonus damage that you get against specific armor classes. And different units and different buildings have different armor classes. And you have bonus damage interactions that, again, are unique to specific units and buildings. Do I like water play? I don't mind it. The only thing I don't like are aggressive hybrid maps like we see in tournaments all over the place, where it's just about snowballing an early win on water, and I just see the same things over and over and over again. But no, in general, not at all. Reduce my melee. Yeah, different units. The way that it's shown in game, if the unit attack, so for the attack value, if it has a sword next to it, it does melee damage, and if it has an arrow next to it, it deals pierce damage. How you can tell. And mangonels, as it happens, deal melee damage. And yeah, no, it's what I'm here for, RK Tokyo. Indeed, it's 2 Age of King civs, none of these fancy pants new civs. Persians still have a very solid navy. You have your dock bonus, you have everything except shipwright, just like before, and I guess technically siege engineers for your cannon galleons, but still a very solid navy overall. And in fact, it's a little bit better for Persians because before you just had fast fire ships, right? But now you have fast fire ships with incendiaries and siphons. On top of that, you have fully upgraded hulks as well. So before, it was really just fast fire ships that were like semi-decent. Now you have hulks with full upgrades and fire ships, and so having galleons miss bracer isn't as big of a downside. But as it happens, Persians and Byzantines both going to be very strong civs on this sort of map. You like Persian eco here. The rush distance is very long, but Byzantines do have that fast imp potential, and that is something that Persians could struggle with, as they have to invest a lot into their economy to make it better than their opponent, just because you have to, you know, spend 50 food on villagers more frequently. That makes sense. A little bit of idle time for Andy. However, with the fast Imperial Age, for Byzantines, they can get a bit of a timing advantage, and Persians don't really have a discount on anything. So it still, I think, could be a bit tricky for Persians in that early Imperial Age time frame. But Feudal Age to Castle Age should be a really good opportunity here for Andy to get a big eco lead. And in part, he has won both of the games so far by getting a huge eco lead. Meanwhile, Doc is later here for Leonidas. Leonidas, more like Latonitis. Am I right, chat? But yeah, Andy obviously taking advantage of the fact that Persians start with 50 extra food and wood. Can send the vills to wood sooner. Get that dock and fishing ship out sooner. There was a little bit of idle time, but Leonidas himself had some idle time, so, you know. It's all good here for Andy. How to ban the streamer? Yeah. Uh-huh. So, 2 fishing ships out before the first one is out here for Leonidas, so a good, strong start here for the Persians. I mean, on this map, even before you could garrison fishing ships in docks, going for feudal age pressure on the water was already a little bit risky. But now that the fishing ships can just garrison inside the docks, it's going to be extremely difficult to actually snipe them. Winners and losers? Vikings are a big winner because now they're super flexible on like all maps with water on it instead of just on maps where you can galley rush. Other than that, most civs were just as good as they were before on water maps. I don't really think there's any big winners and losers as far as that goes. Other than Vikings. Near a sea tower? Yeah, that's what you did historically. But again, now that the docks can shoo away enemy galleys in Feudal Age, you don't need to do that anymore and can just build it, you know, close to the shoreline or as near deep fish as possible. Hirosada kind of insane too. I mean, it still is terrible against fire ships. which is the exact case from beforehand. And what is this all about? Huh? I mean, Leonidas is slower up to feudal age. What? You have to be really careful, though, because these sea towers, they nuke the ships early game, just like on the previous map. And we got another dock coming in here from Andy on the other side. Again, close to these deep fish. And the scout cavalry's going to find the villager here anyway at this rate. Oh, no. Oh, no. Tragedy. Mission failed. We'll get them next time. Oh no, the villager's not here to help punch the scout, so it's just gonna take a bunch of damage. No! Oh no, oh no. You already have the walls coming in on this side. You're taking the gold on the other side as Andy. You can wall to the shoreline right there. He's not gonna be taking any damage. Meanwhile, he has 2 galleys that can cross the map. He has double the fishing ship count of his opponent. Like, oh no, Idas. And he's still going to have to commit to the archery range because, I mean, he sent the villager forward anyway. Easier to spot? Well, he wanted to take the most direct path possible. Yeah, I mean, this is just, everything's coming up sad here for Leonidas. Bidax is in. He is able to garrison the dock here, but, you know, at worst, the galleys here are going to be able to harass the fishing ships and make sure they aren't as efficient. And since you can build your own fishing ships behind this as Andy, which is exactly what he's doing, you know that you're not going to be under any pressure. And I don't even know why he's making a hulk. You literally see your opponent has galleys. Meanwhile, I guess Archer's on the way. It's hard to find a lot of silver lining here for Leonidas. Seems like each game is getting progressively more downhill against Andy. Market also coming in here for our orange player. These vills are totally safe. Like, you know, the exact angle in which your opponent is going to be attacking you from. He's getting Town Watch. He can afford to play safe. He has the extra fishing ships. He knows he has extra fishing ships. And he knows he's Persians. And already a significant economy advantage right now here for our orange player, and it's only going to grow. And a good player? It sure is. Because remember, Leonidas got a walkover win because Kumbito didn't show up to his match. So this really isn't even a match that should technically happen in this round. I mean, the guy's Andy's already on his way up to Castle Age at 13 minutes. And this is a 3-vill start map. Well, I mean, the tournament, rather. Yeah. Guys, remember when I said that sea towers here were really good against ships? I definitely remember saying that at some point. Oh, dear. I mean, I guess he does get a galley there, but the tower does so much damage. It's already done almost 200 damage. I mean, I guess the archers are here to be a little bit annoying, but again, how much value can you really get here as Leonidas? Castle Age is going to be in before too long. That tower isn't going to do anything. You already have another lumber camp over here. I mean, it's going to be a bit of an inefficient lumber camp, but you can just plop down an extra TC once you get to Castle Age anyway. It's not really a big deal. 41 to 34 villagers, and that's including this Castle Age research time where you're obviously not training any villagers during that. Oh, saw medium warships coming in. Got the War Hulks out. Adding in some fire ships even. Sure. I mean, again, you do anything semi-reasonable here as Andy, you will win this game. It's way too much of a lead. Like, I already don't think it was a good build. Because if you're going to be going forward, you need to at least try and be faster up to feudal age than your opponent. And any build on a hybrid map that doesn't involve you trying to fight for water early on needs just to get an inordinate amount of damage done. Because your opponent can just add in fishing ships, and like every fishing ship that your opponent is able to add extra, or every fishing ship that you lose going forward, is another villager you need to kill to justify this pressure actually doing anything. Now, he hasn't lost any of his fishing ships yet, but Andy's been able to add in another 8 fishing ships, so it's like, to even try and come up even, you needed to have killed 8 villagers, and done so very quickly. Which obviously didn't happen. 2,000 resources advantage here for Andy. Enemy warships are over here. Now remember, don't actually get anti-ship armor anymore, so fire ships used to just be super tanky against the sea tower. Now they are not as tanky against the sea tower, so you are taking some losses here, but Andy just doesn't even care. I mean, that was 5 kills from the sea tower, and if this game were closer, that really wouldn't be very impressive, but it really doesn't matter. Couple eco upgrades coming in, second TC as well, but again, 13 eco unit advantage here for freaking Andy. There, he sure is, but that's all we got to cast right now. And for better or for worse, tournaments have very, very large bracket openings where many, many players can sign up, which will just naturally lead to a bunch of one-sided matches. The alternative is just to not allow as many people to participate in tournaments, but that doesn't feel like it's actually a positive at all. You know, we want to be inclusive. Well, except for Fodler. Unless it's Fodler specifically, we want to be inclusive. Test these changes? Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that they're not allowing us to... Or, I mean, not allowing us. They're not distributing the beta themselves so that people can test it, but yeah. We're not allowed to tell people about it unless they're involved in this tournament specifically. Well, I'm not allowed to give people the beta key. That day in, day out, yeah. Beating Sebastian? Well, not everyone can be that 1k5 player. Anyway, third TC coming in here for Persians. I mean, just look at that Persian eco, man. This Persian eco sure isn't being sanctioned, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm just glad to be back here casting for sure. Yeah. Why do you have a stick? Oh, I'm not gonna play with you right now. I'm working. Uh-huh. Ghost Rider. Beat Vivi? Wow. That's wild. Anyway, camels are out here, going to be able to easily dispatch the knights. Sure, we have a mangonel on its way, but remember, this is a Persian TC. It is going to be a very long time before you could actually even think about getting the kill there. 18 fishing ships. I mean, this eco is just huge. Not even the crocodile with its charge attack can do anything to help you here. Trying to add a third TC over here on the east side, but this is just one of those situations where the game will go on because it's not like Andy is setting himself up to go kill his opponent, but I mean, literally, you could start thinking about going War Elephant plus Hand Cannoneer on this map. A Soldier Boy? I don't even know the references I make. Being professional today? Well, you know, my ego took a big blow this weekend with my dating mishap, so, you know, we have to appear professional and competent to boost our self-esteem, if nothing else. Also, we have plenty of people watching, and if we have a bunch of people watching, I'm going to try and a tournament game in specific. We're going to try and deliver a professional experience. Ish, as far as AoE2 goes. I actually think there's very little interest in like a full-blown standard sportscast professional, experience. I don't think people really want that on Twitch. Not had to mark me down. There we go. We're making progress. One day I'll get a gold star on my report card. My casting report card. All right, 30 villager advantage at this point for Andy. 5,000 more resources. 11-9. Yeah. Stop being relatable, rip. Well, we got a conversion at least. Not that it was much of an insta. Unfortunately, the camels are still coming in and getting the work done that they need to. Light Cav there are going to be able to snipe the remaining monk, and I mean, this is just all sorts of sad. Then Ornlu got a gold star. Anyway. Leonidas, he knows exactly what's going down here. Game is super over. 33% more resources collected. I mean, honestly, even showing a very competitive game number 1 in the way that he did was already impressive for Leonidas. GGGL next, he says, with a smiley face. You can't ask for more than that, especially a smiley face. So, main event, or I guess the... Okay, so the main event is the round of 32, and that one, it's still just a single elimination bracket, so really it's just a big 128-person single elimination bracket. Probably something like that. Alright, so, Liereyy versus Gali. I've never heard of this individual. Tofu 2005, who again, I've never heard of any of these people. Apparently Gali is from Venezuela? And again, in theory, it should be starting now. Let's see if they've done a draft. It's Beery. Okay, yeah, they've done their draft at least. So we know this set is happening. I can pull those up for you guys. Okay, we'll see. First time I'll be casting this player. Always interested to see new faces in the scene, though. European... I think they just mean date formatting. Generally speaking, in North America, I think, well, definitely United States of America, maybe Canada too, we do month, day, year. In Europe, they tend to do day, month, year. And in Asia, they tend to do year, month, day. None of those is necessarily better than the other. It kind of just depends the time frame that you're organizing the dates. All right, let's update the title do stream. National AoE 2 Day, something like that. In the name of the file? Yeah, so I think programmers tend to use year, month, day. Any sense at all? It makes a lot of sense if you're organizing things throughout a year. So if you're organizing a bunch of dates throughout a year, it actually makes a ton of sense and works very well. Playing water maps is risky these days. No! Oh, look at that. I don't even need to change the flag. Feels good, man. Anyway, guys, this will be the last set of the day. But I am back now. I mean, at the end of the month, in a couple weeks, I will actually be out of town again for American Thanksgiving. Plus, my cousin is getting married, so I need to go to a wedding. But yeah, I'll cast as much of Thalassocracy Cup and the remainder of TTL Bronze League over the next couple weeks. Okay, Gali's already doing something weird, guys. Alright. Not so good. Ugh. Yeah, Gali. Have a bit of fun? I mean, maybe. Another one of my cousins got married, and they were much closer to me in my age. I mean, my one cousin who just got married last year is literally 18 days older than me. But this marriage is like, I'm sure most of the people there are going to be in their 40s. Or are my family. One of the two. All right, let me set up the scoreboard here. Big is the wedding going to be? I have no idea. That's right, guys. We're going to start here on the scallop map. Yeah, it's a scallop that's shaped like this. Golden Swamp. We'll have Gali in the blue as the Jurchins? To the west? What? And to the east in the green is the Dravidians. It will be Liereyy. What are Jurchins doing here? I mean, I guess there are a lot of water buffalo to take, so, I mean, no decay on the natural food sources is going to be quite well. But, yeah, I have no idea here. As far as just, you know, a water sieve goes, Dravidians are very, very significantly better. I mean, Gali could just be trying to go for some full-on land play. I mean, it's not impossible. But you would need to kill Liereyy and kill Liereyy fast in that regard. So regenerative castles? No, this is Gali playing, not Ornlu. Big difference. And hello, Manuel Morea. So, let's see. By the way, what is Gali's elo? 2264. Although technically Liereyy is only 2500, so this is actually a much closer set on paper than the last one. Sometimes, well, I think that super all-in strategies in general are going to be by far your best way to beat somebody who is a fair bit better than you. Generally speaking, in a longer game, you have more chances to showcase your superior skill as a player, both mechanically and decision-makingly. Yeah, I mean, unless you're going for, you know, the fast castle play, I don't understand it at all. But I think that could be very possibly what Gali's doing here. Just to get Liereyy to grind. It's the only way we can do it, guys. mean, so far, just not even building a dock. Lierey's got his own first fishing ship around halfway done. Now, I don't think you can skip on the dock at all. It feels like you need to at least build a dock to threaten at Navy. Because if Lierey's just able to add in fishing ships and not add in a single warship, that feels like he's just kind of getting away with murder. It's like how on Arena these days, if you don't even threaten map control with scouts, your opponent is just going to grab all 5 relics, invest, like, you know, 100 resources at most into map control, and then just get a huge, huge advantage that way. Rounds up, yeah. I mean, it's not really a way to practice, but I mean, it does in theory make Liereyy play AoE more. Alright, these early walls, I mean, everything here just screams that we're going to go for a fast castle as Gali. But if you can shoo Lierey's scout away, because Liereyy did, of course, just run into the TC there, then that could be a way that you could perhaps hide what exact flavor of fast castle you're doing. Oh no, Liereyy got stuck! Oh no. Oh no. I mean, that's actually really good for Gali because, again, you're Liereyy, you know you're by far the better player, you know, in general. But Jurchens can do a lot of different fast castle things, right? You can go for rocket carts and fire lancers, you can go for step lancers, or you could go for grenadiers, and all of those things are varying degrees of reasonable. Goes into the late stages? I mean, it is a larger tournament, but maybe some players will train a bit for it. It seems these days it's very difficult to get the very top players to practice hard for an event. Unless it's something like Red Bull. I mean, people are going to absolutely be practicing their butts off for Red Bull. All right, 22 pop here. This, again, has all the looks here of somebody going for a fast castle all-in build. And Jurchens are still going to be doing that very well, thanks to the extra food you get early on. And like I said, fire lancers and rocket carts, grenadiers, and step lancers are all reasonably viable.
No wonder they don't practice, as every tournament uses the same map.
Anyway, well, that's on tournament organizers. Actually, the funny thing is, players themselves have so much leverage over what they want to play in that most of the time, tournament organizers just ask players what they want and give them the maps they want in the first place. Alright, so there is a barracks here. Second dock as well. And there's a Hulk on the way. Now, Liereyy, I think this is just a safety Hulk. Doesn't know for sure. Remember, he lost his scout cavalry, so he does not know if his opponent has a dock whatsoever. It's not that big of an investment, and he'll see very quickly that it is not going to be a dock. And the market and blacksmith are right here at the front. It's not necessarily going to be scouted. He thinks the prize pool should be doubled? I mean, every player is going to want double the prize pool. But yeah, I'd actually say that in general, tournament hosts are more reliant on player buy-in to get them to play and practice and participate and, you know, show up and actually look like they're trying than the other way around. Unless you're, again, a super, super big tournament. All right. Vill's going to be bleeding on through. Liereyy doesn't know. TC? Oh, Thalassocracy. Well, this tournament's prize pool is kind of a special case because World's Edge put more money into it because they're showing off the new water balance, right? So they want people to practice and play for it. Yes, you need a very big prize pool to get players to play and practice for settings they don't like. There isn't a barracks yet, so this is Yeah, this is almost certainly going to be the Fire Lancer plus, Fire Lancer plus Rocket Cart version of the build. World's Edge. World's Edge is Microsoft. They are the publishers of the game. You know, I talked about it a fair bit in my video on my Chronicles review. Remember that World's Edge, Forgotten Empires, and Capture Age are all very different entities that have different roles within making AoE 2. Yeah, there is no distance between World's Edge and Microsoft. They're literally part of Microsoft. They're a division of Microsoft that is in charge of the Age of Empires franchise. Anyway, Tower here is going to help protect both the Lumberjacks and the Gold Miners, so I mean, this is a perfectly reasonable opening here. You have the Archers out for Liereyy, so they're going to be doing pretty well against the Fire Lancers. Xbox, well, I mean, yeah, technically I think they're Xbox, which is then owned in turn by Microsoft, but, I mean, you say Microsoft, it's exactly going to be... It's going to be very clear. But Forgotten Empires and Capture Age are both, again, separate studios from both each other and from World's Edge. Anyway, they see me rolling. They hatin'. Now it's just going to come down to Lierey's defense. Wait, a siege tower? No way. Guys, villagers don't add extra damage to rams, in case you didn't know. No way. That's not going to help you in the slightest, and that's still pretty expensive. I mean, I guess you can garrison even more units in, but this still feels very unimpressive. All right, Siege Workshop being rushed up, TC being rushed up to help defend as well. I mean, I guess. You know what, guys? Leonidas is trying something, and we gotta give him credit for it. That's not how this Siege Tower thing works at all, though. Huge eco lead, of course, for Liereyy, as you would expect. Bam! I mean, obviously, you need way more than one village. Actually, there are no villagers near the TC, although there are the crossbowmen. 1.05 movement speed right now. Okay, bring it back to the rock art. Garrison the bills. Garrison the bills. Don't let them get sniped. Gali. Oh, is it actually Beery instead of Gali? Kappa. All right. Okay, the siege tower is less bad than I thought it would be. But you're going to need to out-Mangonel War Liereyy, and that's going to be extremely difficult. Oh, yeah, and if you're trying to pressure with the rocket cart, you need to be bringing in the siege tower at the exact same time. Like, both of these things need to be happening at the same time. And, I mean, it's extremely difficult to micro it like this. And, I mean, is it reasonable to expect anybody to out-micro Liereyy in this regard? No. Liereyy is obviously crushing it. Okay, that was good. I mean... Wait, oh, did both vills go down? No, there should be still one vill left over here. Yeah, there's still a vill in the ram. Okay. That's important. You need to be able to repair, but Lierey's got another Mangonel on its way. And Lierey's just, you know, pumping out tons and tons of Mangonels. More crossbowmen. Oh, look at that! Look at him go! Look at him go! Oh, and you get danger close! Oh, look at it! Guys, is Gali the best player in the world? Many people are asking that. Okay, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be a disaster now. A while? Oh, yeah, I know. This isn't the first person to do it, but it's still pretty awesome. Oh, gotta be careful. Oh, that's obviously a big hit for Liereyy. Also should have another Mangonel out here pretty soon. And the other villager snipe, that is also enormous, as now, there is no repair available, unless you send another Vil forward, which I don't think Gali's doing. Alright, Mangonel coming back in. Larry still has more archers on the way. He's adding in the third TC in the middle of the map. He'll have plenty of gold access. Yeah, I don't know if this is really what we want from the Siege Tower, man. It is Leary's only archery range for now, but he's got a big enough eco. He can just make another one without really being too sad about it. Alright, full-blown movement speed. That's race car sounds, in case you didn't know. Alright. Okay, honestly, not that bad. Gali's only -1 in the Mangonel War against Liereyy. I mean, it seems very significantly heavier and hard to move. Oh, that was a decent Mangonel hit. And again, no repairs able. Third Mangonel is out, and unless you just get big hits right here, there's simply no way to really ensure that you're doing any kind of good damage. That was good for Gali. Bite. Okay, there's another Vil forward now. But this is all still taking way too long. Yeah, it's gonna finish off that Mangonel. I mean, again, but kind of. Oh, but Liereyy gets the long-range shot there. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I guess, I mean, there aren't any... Yeah, Gali just has that. You know what? Gali tried to make that fun for us. Oh, I wish I could give Gali the point, but alas, I cannot. You can see 8 Mangonels made. Obviously, Liereyy just ended that just fine. I mean, a little less than 3 minutes faster to Castle Age, but simply unable to apply any pressure to Lierey's eco. Like, Liereyy just moved his eco a little bit further away, add the extra layers of wall in, and Liereyy just not at all caught off guard by that. As one would expect. Liereyy gets the Punto there on Golden Swamp. Obviously, we would expect a 3-0 here. Got Aquarina and Pacific Islands as the other 2 maps for Gali. By the way, is there TTL tomorrow? And if not, when does Thalassocracy start? They're questions I wish I could have answers for you, but apparently I am struggling to navigate Wikipedia. There we go. Okay, so Miguel versus Monoz isn't for another couple days. Well, 1 day, 22 hours. Okay, so that's going to be like an afternoon game, so we'll have to see if we cast that. And then Tato versus No Zombie is probably going to be at an awful time for me. Classic Pro versus iBuyPower could be a decent enough set. That would be at 7 my time. We'll see if we can wake up for that. If not that, Classic Syscon versus Dragonstar is at 8 a.m. my time, so that's a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, but that's also, you can use certain buildings for that. Like, you can use stone walls for that, I think, as well. So yeah, 7 or 8 tomorrow, my time, so like 12, 13 GMT, I'll be back casting this. So we are going through the round of 64. And Aquarina. And guess what, guys? Guess what Civ is being played by Gali? I think if you know, you know. Kill Bardiga. All right, guys. Here we go. Lierey's going to be in the red as the Italians to the north. I mean, Italians are, like, literally always a good civ on anything that resembles a water map. I don't think they're ever the best civ, but they're always good. Gali, though. Remember, a 1,500 player beats Sebastian with Chinese fast imp fast fire ships. Now, Sebastian is a little bit worse than Liereyy, but Sebastian's a top 10 player. Liereyy is a top 4 player. Gali is a lot better than 1,500. Oh, John Perkins, were you the legend to beat Vivi? Ah, yes, there you are, John Perkins. I see Aquarina on that win column for you. How much better? Gali's 2K2. Yeah, that's always impressive. Like, I've told this story before, but my shining moment as a player is when I beat Backed on a Nomad game in HD. Back when I was like 1,700 Vubli. And because I got Spanish, he got Aztecs. Back when Aztecs were like one of the worst Nomad civs. And he just had a bad opening, and I just tower rushed his only wood line and immediately won. But, like, that is, when you peak as a player. I also, back in the day, I went a 4v4 against MBL, Hera, T90, and someone else with Spring and Adam and someone else, I think. It was, like, super lopsided, and we won in a super long post-imp game. That was one of my proudest moments as well. That's when Slav's farming was super broken, like, before Khmer farming was added for being, like, insane, or, it was back in Vubli as well. Back when Slavs had insane farming. Yeah, I remember MBL building bombard towers in our trade line. So I'm sure anyone here is going to feel very, very good and memorable in this sort of situation. Like, some people just really enjoy playing in tournaments. I'm not really one of them. Also, Gali's having a really bad start. 43 seconds idle time, unfortunately. We have to call you toxic in chat. Misunderstanding. That is incredibly polite of you. Individual tourney a couple months ago? Ah! Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Ghost Rider was the one who beat Sebastian, right? And Giants 20 seconds later, 3 militia, yeah. I had the nicest outpost rush when I played MBL on ladder. It was back in the early days of DE when it was really just, pro players and content creators in the game. And I ran into MBL, and, like, he was, crushing me. And then he was just building outposts all over his own base so that I couldn't see until the game was already over. Oh, man. There's still a lot to learn, Westrom. In, like, the live balance, it really seems like a fast castle map with maybe some, like, delayed feudal age 2-dock fast-ish castle Gali openings can be viable. But, as John Perkins is saying, it's really the garrisoning fish aspect that makes any sort of pressure extremely difficult when you also have the sea towers involved. Anyway, villager count is even. It's kind of a rough start here for Gali, all things considered, with Chinese. But I'm still curious, man. I want to see it. I want to see the legendary play. Unfortunately, this is also a best of 5 instead of a best of 3, so the chances of actually upsetting Liereyy are extremely low. Galleys are also slower at killing fish. I don't think so. I think it's still 6 shots, right? And you do 5 damage. because of the 1 pierce armor of fishing ships. Wait, no, it's... Yeah, it's 5... Wait, I'm losing my mind. It's 6 damage, 1 pierce armor, 50 HP. Oh, also the bonus damage, my bad. Yeah, I think it's still 6 shots. Actually, is it bonus damage versus long range ships? I have no idea. I have no idea. If there's hot eye, oh boy. I mean, shouldn't that deal, like, be horrible against any sort of fire ship play? Like, can Hero's hot eyes even be Castle Age fire ships? Anyway, if you don't know what the Chinese Ocarina build is, you will see it almost certainly right here. It's a fast Imperial Age into dragon ships. Yeah, who doesn't love some time on the beach here? Especially as a mouflon. Alright, Gali's actually clicking up faster, though. Huh. The Ocarina build? I can't do the Ocarina of Time song. Grazing on some kelp. I'm sure they... Mouflon would not mind kelp. Anyway, Liereyy does have more fishing ships. Discounted fishing ships for Italians, still very, very good. Ocarina of Time, it was very bad, I know. Remember, though, you do need the mill to go to the fast castle, so you can build the market. Ocarina of Time. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Liereyy, 3 docks, just mass-producing fishing ships, and it is not inconceivable that he is up to Imp even faster. Fun map. It's honestly not bad. Kind of interesting. It is, at the very least, an interesting map. And we've had some good games on it. Certainly not impossible for this map to deliver good games. But again, Gali is up only very slightly faster up. Oh, and they forgot the mill. Tragic. Ocarina 4? I mean, I played Ocarina of Time when I was a little kid. Because I didn't have an N64, but my cousins did. And I honestly didn't play that much Zelda. I played a couple of the handheld Zelda games, but then I didn't really play them much until I was back on the Switch. But I played like all those Zelda games on the Switch and love them. Alright. Castle Age is on the way here for both. Will it be for the Fast Imp? It should be Fast Imp for both players. Lierey's making galleys, though. Gali is not making galleys. $10 on gold actually feels like it's way too little. Probably need a fair amount of market usage. Got more houses on the way. And again, fishing ship numbers are similar, but Liereyy has a better eco as Italians versus Chinese, which should not happen. The themed temples? Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, they had it on the remake one. The Dream Island Zelda game. I forget the name of it. That was on the Switch, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, you're selling your stone, most likely. I don't think either player's mining it. I missed something. No? Universidad, Monastery, both on their way. And got 10 galleys. We're getting medium warships and bodkin. I mean, Liereyy is going to be going Fast Imp. He's already getting University, but it's... Well, actually, Gilnets is what... Maybe he's not going Fast Imp. Yes, again, I really don't like the terminology market abuse, because it feels like... Why are we abusing the poor market? Markets don't get abused. Markets get used for their intended purpose. There is no domestic violence against the market. What did it ever do? No idea why people say that. Oh, garrison the fishing ships. We'll need to do that. Medium warships is on the way, and I mean, Liereyy will still have a pretty fast imp time, don't get me wrong. Beat the market for better prices? That's so wrong! Yeah, Lierey's imp time is going to be pretty good. You do have to be careful, though. And, of course, fireship production has begun. Would I be a bit happier if there were fishing ships garrisoned right here? I would. Liereyy does get one of the sea towers there. And you still have fishing ships garrisoned over there, or gathering over there to the west. And by millions. Oh, what? So, like, you're abusing the fact that the market is overpowered or something? I don't know. That also feels weird. Like, it's literally just how the market has always been in Age of Empires. It's not like they're. It's actually, markets are. You know, now they have the worst starting prices for buying food and wood. It's like they're actually worse than they used to be. Anyway, we got the clanker construction on the way from both. Guys, are you constructing clankers? What I don't know is why Liereyy isn't making hulks. Like, you know what your opponent is doing. Oh yeah, unfortunately not enough garrison space there for the fishing ships, but really this is just about getting the imp timing advantage with your fires. Which, where are the other fires? Just trying to intercept some reinforcements. And there's heavy warships. So watching this turning a few minutes ago, new Navy. Oh, did I forget to put that in the stream title? Again, I made a review of the whole new naval stuff as soon as that came out. All right, guys. There is siphons coming in. That's not in yet for Gali, who has 0 villagers on food and only 3 fishing ships left. 12 seconds. Okay, now the hulks are coming out, and this feels like it should work, no problem. Like, literally, as long as you are making hulks, it should be good. That's a dragon ships do have 3 melee armor, which is nice. I didn't realize it was that much. All right, guys. Forcing the fight. Now, we're going to have forging in. Siphons is in. And you know what, guys? Holy cow! Liereyy deciding that he needed to take the fight right there, even though he could have fallen back to his docks. You could hear the fishing ships and the sea towers, of course. You got Carvel Hole coming in as well for even faster movement speed. And remember, you get extra movement speed for free in Imperial Age as, or at least for your fire ships as the Chinese. Could be worse. Oh no, guys, what do you think? Naval numbers are better for Gali for the moment, but now the sea towers are going to be doing work. Yeah, it's probably fine for Liereyy. Especially now Iron Casting's going to be in. Harak is in as well. Well, I mean, heavy warships is the upgrade, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Gali's only a little bit ahead in the overall KD. And it feels like literally all Liereyy needs to do at this point is just make freaking Haraks. It was exciting, don't get me wrong, but Lierey's eco is way too good. And you can't just win with the dragon ships at all. Unless, again, you don't make any Haraks at all, don't get upgrades for them, but Liereyy obviously knows how the stuff works. GG 11. Liereyy up 2-0 as expected. But again, Gali's giving us a good show, right? Not just rolling over and dying. You know, around 50% more military units made for Liereyy. His eco is just comically better. 17 text research to 9. As expected. I don't know, like... I'm still not sold on this. Like, again, it feels like the obvious thing to do is just to switch into Karax or Hulks. I don't know why it has to be called a Karak instead of, like, an elite Hulk, because the other ships have the same naming convention, right? It's Gali, War Gali, Galleon. It's all clearly based on the word galley. Fire galley, fire ship. Fast fire ship. Again, all based around the words fire and ship. Demolition raft, demolition ship, heavy demolition ship. Again, based around the word demolition. Hulk, War Hulk, Karak. Feels a little confusing. Liereyy given the eyebrows move there. All right, that is Italians over Chinese. On Aquarina, we will likely have Pacific Islands next in what is probably going to be the last game of the day. Holian. That sounds like a Pokemon. Guys, my Hulk evolved into a Holian. I didn't realize it was a friendship level up, or friendship evolution. And I wasn't paying attention. And now I can't teach it any more moves. Alright. Does it have a mega form? Who knows? The only mega I care about is Mega Ampharos. Okay, looks like they're gonna go to Nomad next instead. I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter what Gali picks. I mean, they'd have to win 3 games anyway. Anyway, Nomad feels like, I don't know. Could we see Ketons? I kind of want to see Ketons. It's probably Portuguese, but I want to see Ketons. I haven't seen them yet on, like, an obvious Hulk Rush map. Noise Dash? Indeed, Dash is back and underneath my feet. More Hulks? Yeah, I think that's totally fair. Now I have to give a Corgi pets. All right, get into the game right now. Game number 3. It will be Gali. In the blue is the Bengalis to the west here of Nomad. And boring. Water sip? I don't actually know. Oh, wow, that's close. Lear's gonna be in the green as the Persians here to the southeast. Hello, mind your own business. Dogs are wonderful and also a lot of work. But yeah, I don't even know how good Ketons are. Like, double forging is insane. because remember, the Hulks triple dip into the attack upgrades because they have 3 attacks that all deal full damage. So you get +6 attack from your forging, which feels wild. Indeed, it is the Bengali Galis. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Anyway, TC is going to be in here a fair bit faster, honestly, for Gali. Persians, super good early on, a little bit faster, I mean, a fair bit faster than Bengalis, who don't get really a bonus until Feudal Age. That said, Bengalis have both very good monks and a very good castle unique unit, which Persians don't have. So it's really a matter of, can you survive the early game here as the Bengalis? Water play is going to be all about the Hulk, though, for sure. For sure, dude. Please tell me Gali's building a house somewhere. No! Forgot the house at 5 pop. Rip. Well, faster TC was nice, but now you're a Vil behind. The Jurchen cooking? Well, unsuccessful. The approach, Fire Lancers in a siege tower. It was cute, but not destined for success. Well, Gali is at least getting an early fishing ship out, but honestly, seeming to lack early food income. Liereyy is going to be going off on an adventure to get a rhino. Another one over there. Rhino over there to the east, a rhino over there to the west. For Liereyy? No. You would have no reason to do that as the better player. Oh no, Gali got housed again! This Corgi is so needy. He's just like lying against my foot wanting pets. Oh no, and now he's rolled over. Now I have to stretch even further to pet him. Alright, now that I'm fully leaned back in my chair so I can reach my Corgi's inner leg so that he can get that scratched and give me kisses. Leary's 3 Vils ahead already. It's just a rough start here for poor Gali. Maybe gonna try and go for a fast castle of some kind. Weird traumas? Oh, that's really sad. Oh, the house is in range! Oh, TC, arrow down the house. It's so valuable. I'm pretty sure you'd lose significantly more than 25 resources doing that. Well, 3 fishing ships to 3 with a 4th one on the way, but 2 more villagers right now for Liereyy, who's getting another rhino in. Gali still only has the 1. Foot long, yeah, seriously. Oddish. Ori? It's putting him emotionally? Well, yeah, if you're getting one from the shelter, then that's probably likely what's going to happen. But it'll be an experience, and I'm sure eventually you'll be very close. Alright, so. Liereyy up on his way to Feudal Age. Dock distance is very close. I would check to see if they've seen the dock, but I currently don't have my left hand available to me because it is petting a Corgi. So, can't switch over the line of sight. Yeah, Liereyy pulling almost all of the villagers off of food except for his 4 fishing ships. Not even on gold yet. Just really focusing on the wood income. I should have another dock coming up somewhere. Oh, wait, hold on. And Liereyy didn't get loom. Guys, did you know that research in loom makes your villagers harder to kill? Oh, that's not bad. Has been marked down. Oh no. I mean, that was cute. That was cute. DBA coming in for Liereyy, as well as a Hulk. So still going to be able to go after the fishing ships to some extent, but remember, you can still just garrison the fishing ships. And that will at least, you know, shoo the Hulk away a little bit. Meanwhile, Gali is, you know, certainly going to be going for a fast castle of some kind, but with only 1 rhino, it's still going to be really difficult to pull that off. They've seen the rhino, but not taken it. Oh, Liereyy wants that dock, man. Oh, wait, he has the space for it, but not because of the dock here. Wait, how did that miss? Oh, this is so janky. Liereyy, yeah, fleeing with the villager. This is so weird. Click the research loom button, indeed. Oh, Lierey's trying again! Oh, man, he's trying, man. Is this what AoE is gonna be now? Just garrisoning the fishing ships and trying to derp around with villagers? Anyway, the fishing ships are idle right now, and that's certainly some value, but you have to be careful! I mean, the Hulk is gonna come in, though, and remember, the Hulk can kill Vills pretty fast. And now the Hulk is going to go right back after the fishing ships, and it's all just going to be about how you make a nice kill there from Liereyy. This is so weird. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Fast Castle Ratha. Oh, but he doesn't have a mill. Oh, no. Oh, this is such a rough early build order. Without the standards building's armor class? Walls? No, they have the standard building armor class. Oh, the Vil finally goes down and Liereyy will get the dock. Gali, having a good time with it. Liereyy too. Archer's going to be on the way here for Liereyy. This whole area is still very exposed. And the stone is likely going to have to be sold as well. Again, it's... The issue with this entire build is that you didn't have another rhino. That's it. Okay, so the stone wasn't sold. That's actually really important because now you can build a watchtower. But if you don't see this coming as Gali, this is probably just going to kill you anyway. Bill's going on over to stone. I mean, Liereyy is far away from Castle Age at the moment. I mean, he's only got 6 fishing ships because he's been having to deal with the stupid walling and, garrisoning. But, yeah, I mean... Unless Liereyy, for some reason, doesn't scout it, and of course he is running his archers in the wrong direction at this point. I mean, surely Liereyy just walks around over here. He finds the Vills. He has fletching, and he's gonna immediately win the game, right? Right? Oh, no. No way. No, come on. This isn't Age of Empires. Not at all. Archer there to deny the gold as well to prevent the castle from being bought. Like, come on. Is this really the real-time strategy game, Age of Empires 2? He's trying to trap the archers and kill them with villagers. But if I trying. Okay, yeah, castle here. It's gonna be on the TC. I think. Wait, why didn't they just build it like one tile back? I mean, the castle's not getting stopped, obviously. Lierey's got 8 fishing ships now. Why are you still trying to wall, dude? The dock's gonna go down in a moment. I mean, Liereyy did invest a lot of warships here, guys. Like, that's 6 warships. I don't know if I worship that play. Alright, Siege Workshop obviously gonna need to be right behind it, but you are against Persians with their super TCs. They're gonna have this contingency layer of walls as well. He's gonna click up in just a moment. Yeah, nothing you can do from that angle. Yeah, not even double bit. I mean, doesn't even have a lumber camp to research double bit axe. Yeah, no Bengali galleys. I mean, yeah, like, what are you even gonna do here with Rothas? There's nowhere for you to go. Gonna attack an archery range? Had Roth have a castle and worshipping warships? Wait, what are you doing, Larry? Really? No? No? Towers on the... I mean, you're getting close to Castle Ages, Liereyy. And the Rothas literally have no upgrades. That archery range is in. All you need to do is just try and get to at least a elite skirmisher and, like, fletching. Yeah, I would have thought there would be a siege workshop at this point. And obviously, Gali does not know about the other resources being gathered over here. Okay, looks like they're going down this way. It's a bit annoying, but again, Lierey's got 12 fishing ships. It's not the end of the world. Really? Bodkin's gonna be on the way. Grim coming on out. Can't even go in this way because there are so many villagers nearby. You can't run underneath the TC. You're even getting Bodkin for your skirmishers. Like, elite skirmisher and fletching alone would almost certainly be enough to still beat this. But getting Bodkin as well is just even better. Actually, elite skirmisher isn't going to get denied. That's cute. But Liereyy realizes that and is just going to immediately replace it. Again, not too big of a deal. There is a siege workshop, but there's nothing coming out of it yet. And that Persian TC is going to be so difficult to take down anyway. He's even getting bowsaw, man. Still over there harassing with one archer, because of course, why not? +2 defense. I mean, this is like full-on rich man mode. 2,300 more resources. Again, the TC. I thought it had to. I also don't think that would have been enough, again, because of the Persian TC. It would have been enough. You'd still have enough HP to get to Castle Age, and from there, you can just add in another TC. Well, yeah, I mean, it would have to be mangonels, because they also help deal with skirmishers. Around 33% more res collected right now for Liereyy. Remember, no fletching even in for Gali. Or +1 defense, or anything that requires food because you have no food income. University coming in, I mean, come on! He's strong? I mean, even if the docks had regular HP, it's way too much time, and the Hulks would just come back and actually just attack the Rothas. I mean, just look how slow this whole process is going to be. Like, if Gali had an eco behind this, then maybe something, you know, could come of it, but... 1, you don't have an eco in the first place, and 2, Liereyy has the extra fishing ships anyway, so it's just not going to be enough. Siege Workshop coming in here from Liereyy. Again, he's just not panicking, not taking any unnecessary risks. He's got his skirmishers out here. He wasn't able to get the ballistics upgrade that I'm sure he wanted to, but it's not the end of the world. And, I mean, the Persian TC would take forever to go down. Even these 4 archers are going to come back over here and get some more villager kills, because why not? And again, the villagers get garrison inside the watchtowers. And skirmishers with very significantly better upgrades than the Rathas. And there you go. Archers getting even more value. What? No. I have nothing for you. Why are you tippy-tapping? He's tippy-tapping and his front leg is up like he's ready to run. No. Go on. I mean, I'm almost done with the stream. TC's already taken 3,600 damage. Remember that regular TC has 2,400 HP, so Liereyy just able to keep that alive for quite a long time. That's attention. I've literally been petting him the entire game. That's why I haven't been able to switch POV. Because you need, I need my left hand for that. To operate the hotkeys. How many kills those archers? 6 kills? That's insane. Oh, okay. 1-for-1 mangonel trade. Whatever, man. Oh, and he just mangonels his own Ratha, man. Oh, no. Hound of Doom God Power? What's the Hound of Doom God Power? I don't remember that. You mean the Fimbulwinter? Oh my god. That's just brutal, man. Second TC there, sure. Yeah, clearly. All right. Well, you know, it's 3 times the villager count. Nothing too bad you can't come back from. Oof. Guys. Gali adoring fan. I really don't think it's actually possible for Gali to win this, considering Lierey's about to click up to freaking Imperial Age. Like, Gali doesn't even have a positive villager kill ratio. There are literally 19 villagers working. Liereyy clicks up. Liereyy can drop a castle whenever he wants. Deny the MTC? Yeah, deny the MTC, and you just research Imperial Age again, and it doesn't matter. There's the GG called. I mean, Gali had a better eco efficiency. I mean, I really think the ecos were probably very close considering the slight advantage to Gali in eco efficiency. I mean, I think that checks out, right? It was only like 3 times the food collected. Sour streams. Oh, it was only that game. You know, Gali gave it the old college try, and we cannot blame them for that.
Buy Ornlu when you finish casting today, Mr. Dash.
Love
sour streams less than 3.
Will do. But guys, that is indeed going to be the last Thalassocracy Cup set of the day. Thank you everyone who's been watching. I will be back early tomorrow morning with even more matches. So thank you so much everyone who's tuning in. Good to be back. I'll see you next time. He knows. He always knows.